out.
Why?
But here's the twist. They're also weirdly competitive. Like, why am I still watching the 8th inning of a Rockies game competitive? This team isn't rolling over. They're not sleepwalking. They're not the automatic W they've been accused of being the last few years. They're scrapping. They're fighting. They're hanging out in games that used to disappear by the 4th inning. So are the Rockies actually taking a step forward, even if the record doesn't show it yet? Or is this just another chapter in the long, confusing novel known as Colorado Baseball, Hope versus Reality?
We've seen some clues how we saw that against Toronto when they get their first series win against the AL champs. So it's like, okay, there's been enough positive signs, even if in a limited number of games, for me to say it's not the same old Rockies. It's kind of the same old Rockies. Right. That's still there. They have a long way to go, everybody.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Gold demand is skyrocketing to record highs. As more Americans rush to preserve their savings, will there be enough gold? I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe physical gold is the only way to truly protect your 401k or IRA savings. Gold offers tangible security that can't be tracked, stolen, or inflated. That's why I strongly advocate for gold IRAs. To learn more, text the word SECURE to 989898 now. Birch Gold Group will send you a free info kit on gold IRAs. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust, and their thousands of great reviews prove I'm not alone. So don't wait another second. Protect your retirement savings today and see how easy it is to move your IRA or 401k into physical precious metals. Text SECURE to the number 989898 for your free gold IRA info kit. Again, SECURE to 989898.
Message and data rates may apply.
I'm Rob Wilhite. For nearly half a century, my law firm has stood up for car accident victims right here in Colorado. Families, workers, neighbors, your community is our community. With over $1 billion won for our clients, our results speak for themselves. If you've been injured in a car accident, you deserve a team with experience, power, and a history of real wins. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or WilhiteWins.com. The Wilhite Law Firm, Colorado's trusted injury law firm for almost 50 years.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
The cost of living isn't just high, it's exhausting. If you've been leaning on credit cards lately just to cover the basics like groceries, gas, and utility bills, you're essentially paying a survival tax of 20% interest or more. Why keep handing your hard-earned paycheck to the big banks when you could keep it for your family? My friends at American Financing have a better way. They're helping homeowners tap into their equity to pay off high-interest debt with mortgage rates currently in the 5s. On average, American Financing is saving their customers $800 a month. That's nearly $10,000 a year back in your pocket. It's not just a loan, it's a total financial reset. There are no upfront fees and no obligation to talk to a salary-based mortgage consultant. Here's the kicker. Start today and you could even delay 2 mortgage payments. Call American Financing at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Are you looking to find more fairways, hit more greens, and lower your scores? Then it's time for a custom fitting from a Shields certified master fitter. Learning from the world's top fitters at Titleist Performance Institute, Callaway Performance Center, and the Ping Proving Grounds, we have the tools and expertise to match the right clubs to your swing for a more consistent game. Elevate your play today. Visit shields.com/expert fitting to schedule your session.
Cecil Lammy here for Window Nation. Spring is a great time to open your windows and wait a second, what? Windows won't open? They leak? They're cracked? They need repainting? Again? Getting top quality custom fit windows from Window Nation is easy and affordable. During the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off. Plus, You could get them with 0 interest for 5 years. During uncertain times, one of the best investments you can make is in your home. So visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
Want real Broncos talk? Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on Wednesday, April 8th, and a beautiful, drop-dead gorgeous day here in Denver, Colorado. What up, Phil?
Woo! What's going on, ZB? Wednesday, hump day. We're going to hump right through this day, man, and it is beautiful. It's a beautiful day out there. Oh, my gosh. I can't wait for it just to stay beautiful. I know it's been hot and cold, and, it's okay. I'm not going to complain, but I am going to kind of complain a little bit.
Yeah, you're a complainer.
Yeah, that's exactly what I like to do. I don't like to put in the work, but I'm going to put in the work, but I'm going to complain about the work. Does that make sense?
It makes zero sense.
Okay,
I can tell you with confidence, it makes zero sense.
Good, then that means we're on the right track today, Z. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good. This story that continues to unfold in real time. Oops, they did it again. The Colorado Rockies winning 3 straight, locking in a series win against the Houston Astros, 5-1 last night. They are currently up 6-1, looking to sweep a team that has goals on winning their division, that has goals on going to their 8th ALCS since 2017, going back to the World Series. They're on the verge of getting swept by these Rockies.
It's the Colorado Rockies, man. They're finding ways to win these games. They're finding ways to be relevant, and they're finding ways to make it fun to watch them play. They're getting to their opportunities in the 8th and 9th innings to close things out. They're just going about their business the right way, and Schaefer, the manager over there, he's doing a great job of keeping everybody focused. Everybody having the same mindset, and that's just win. That's just one game at a time, Z. That's what they look like they're playing like. Just one game at a time. It's a long season. Let's be where our feet are. Let's try to win this game. Let's try to win this series, and we move on from there. And that's exactly what the Rockies have done. They won the series, and they're on the verge of sweeping the Astros.
It's pretty incredible to watch. And I'll tell you, if you're not watching, that's okay. I understand why you're not. But if you are watching, you're having a lot of fun. This team is fun right now, just flat out. Like this offense in Houston came in as among the best in all of Major League Baseball.
It was high-powered.
And they were completely shut down last night by Kyle Freeland, who went 6 1/3, allowed a single run, allowed just 3 hits, just 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. I mean, dude, this guy...
First quality start of the year, by the way, for any Rockies pitcher.
Dude, they have it going right now. They just do. I don't know. Any other version of this story, looking at this season in a vacuum, right? You can't change the past. It's been dog water. We know that. It's been historically bad. We know that. But you can't go change it, okay? But what the Rockies did do is they changed everything. And the result right out of the gate has been fantastic. It's been nothing short of fantastic. 10 ground ball outs last night from Kyle Freeland. Castro drove in the first 3 Rockies runs, including a 2-run homer. All right, he finished the night 3 for 4. Mickey Moniak, have a week.
We're going to start calling him Money-ack, because that's all he's doing is he's straight money, man. Home runs, he's feeling himself. He has the confidence. He wants another contract. He's doing everything you want him to do and more, and he's fun to watch.
He's just raking right now. TJ Rumfeld goes 2 for 3 last night. The guy's hitting 389.
The youngster, man, those flashes, isn't that what we talked about?
This team can get to 500 for the first time since Hector was a pup, if I can steal that phrase from Chris Marlowe. And like they have a positive run differential. Again, guys.
April, man. It's April 8th, and the Rockies have a chance to go 500 right now.
Crazy.
Like, isn't that crazy?
It is crazy. Like legit. But seeing is believing. Antonio Senzatella, this guy looks like the pitcher that we were excited about 5-6 years ago.
Straight beast, man. He was a beast last night, man, closing that game out.
Just the confidence. The guy is dripping confidence right now. The guy hasn't given up a run yet in 3 appearances. Senzi, I love to see it. Last year, the Rockies didn't win 3 straight games until June. It's the second week of the season in early April. They didn't get their first home series win last year until July. It's April 8th. And so, again, I'm a fan of baseball. I'm a fan of the Rockies. I was dormant for a couple of years there, really last year in the first wholesale fashion where I just literally...
a lot of people were. A lot of people were fed up. I know you were. I was fed up. But this is a new year. And Schaefer actually said that somebody talked to him about that after the game.
I was watching it.
You were watching it,
Yep.
and he pretty much said, guys, this is a new team. This is a different team. And I have to agree with him. All right, they brought in a bunch of veterans, so you have that veteran presence there. So it's a different with the rotation. And guys that have a mentality of they want to win. Now, is that going to mean that they're going to win a bunch of games? No, but they're trying their damnedest to win these games. And they're being where their feet are. Every single game, they're finding ways to make plays. They trust each other. They're having fun.
They are.
They're having a bunch of fun, even with the pimp coat, pimp jacket, pimp daddy P. That would be my name if I was a pimp. And it's just like, it's fun to watch them go through this, have a chance to win every single game so far, pretty much. And I'm on the edge of my seat. Last night I was on the edge of my seat, like, come on, Senza, can you do this? Can you find a way to close it out? He closes it out, and I'm excited, man. I couldn't wait to post. Here we go again. How about them Rockies?
Yeah, they're going for a 4th straight win. They're trying to get to 500, all right? 4 of their 6 losses were by a single run. So I return to our conversation that we've reiterated going back to opening day. What was our realistic expectations for this team? Competitive and competent, okay? In terms of the competency, again, through the first 2 weeks of the year, they've exceeded that expectation to this point right now. Competitive, they've been the definition of it. And so, and Schaefer was asked, and he's got to understand too, like, because he doesn't want to talk about last year, and I understand. But last year was so historically bad, you did have a Rockies fan like myself tap out in a way that I truly never had. And so the framing from some of these questions in these post-game press conferences is you're contrasting what you're seeing now to last year. And we're doing that right here,
yes.
For a week now. But this was Schaefer's response when he was asked about the start to this year compared to last year.
Team. This is a new team. It's not the same team as last year. So the more we can start moving away from talking about last year, I think the better. And that, that's not even a mention in that clubhouse. We're worried about this team right now, and we feel like we're playing good baseball right now.
It's not even a mention in the clubhouse. And here's the thing, Warren Schaefer. Last year will get further and further in the rear view with every passing win, right? You don't get anything for winning 5-6 games. You got to keep playing good baseball. And if they can keep this up, and I think that they can, like I'm seeing enough where I'm like, this feels like could be sustainable.
I mean, why can it not be? I mean,
it starts with the pitching. It starts with the pitching.
And I think that's where you start, right? It's like you have the pitching, the bullpen has been doing a great job, the rotation has been really solid. They got to stay healthy, and we know how that goes. It's like you look like you're good, and then 2 weeks later, everybody's on the injury report. But why can't they do it? They have confidence. They have the right guys in the building that are going to keep this afloat and help these young guys out like we've been talking about. Now they just got to keep putting wins together. And it looks like that's exactly what they're doing. Time will tell. And that's what they're trying to tell us. It's just give us a chance to show you guys that we're a different team. And they are a different team this year.
Well, that version last night that I was watching of Kyle Freeland, I know that version. I've seen that version.
You've seen that before, huh?
That version that we saw last night is the version that finished 4th in the NL Cy Young in 2018. That's the version that I saw last night. Or maybe it was 17, I forget. One of those 2 years. He was brilliant with a capital B. The smile on it. It's hard to get. Kyle's so intense and tightly wound. He reminds me of like not to the same degree, but like a Nathan McKinnon type.
Very serious.
To see that guy win a challenge for a punch-out and the smile come across his face, it's awesome, man. It's awesome. And Schaefer was asked about Kyle Freeland last night after the game.
Yeah, he attacked the strike zone all night. He was efficient. The changeup was really good tonight. The curveball was good. Everything was down. Climbed with the heater some, but those ground balls are curveballs and changeups and sinkers down. So really good job getting into the 7th inning for us tonight.
So fun to Kyle Freeland was making Jose Altuve look silly last night. He was making Altuve look silly. So I just love to see it. I'm curious to get you guys' reaction. You guys who have been resistant through the first couple weeks here.
Stop resisting.
Are you starting to maybe thaw out a little bit? Just are you starting to thaw out a little bit? I'm curious to hear that response. 303-713-1043 on the RamosLaw.com text line. The Avs did something last night that's happened only one other time in team history, but not without some scares. That's next.
The Colorado Avalanche have officially clinched the Central. A statement win over St. Louis seals the division. And the road to the Stanley Cup runs through Colorado. So what's next? The Avs are charging full speed toward the NHL's best record with a President's Trophy in sight. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here on behalf of my friends at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men out there about low testosterone. It's a real issue for a lot of men, and the tricky part is it kind of sneaks up on you. In your early to mid-30s, your testosterone drops 2 to 3% every year. Before you know it, you don't feel like the guy you used to. Guys, they're experts in low T. They've treated tens of thousands of men across Colorado for nearly a decade, and now they're doing even more. Along with low T treatment, Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic is offering 4 targeted body composition programs featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more, designed to help men lose weight, support metabolism, and improve performance in the gym. All right, go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com, take the low T quiz, takes you 2 minutes or less. But from there, you can schedule your consult. They'll draw your blood, they'll review your results with you, all right, in less than 30 minutes. The visit is just $99, and if you start treatment that same day, your appointment's free. All right, they have 5 locations in Colorado to serve you, so call them at 720-440-7900 or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Looking for a way for your hard-earned money to work hard for you? Open a 13-month CD at 3.75% APY from Ent Credit Union, soon to be Wings Credit Union. With a minimum deposit of only $500, a 13-month term, and a guaranteed annual percentage yield of 3.75%, your future self will thank you. But hurry, this special rate is only for a limited time. Get started today at ent.com/CD special. Rate accurate as of March 1st, 2026 and subject to change without notice. Insured by NCUA.
There's nothing more meaningful you could do for yourself, your family, and friends than finally getting rid of that pain so they can enjoy time with you again, especially heading into vacation season. If you say yes to any of these questions, you are the kind of patient QC Kinetics regenerative treatments help every single day. Do you have consistent joint pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or back? The pain keeps you from getting a good night's sleep. I'm missing work or saying no to activities that I enjoy. I don't want surgery and a long recovery. I'm at the end of my rope, taking medications every day to just get through. Moment of truth. Did you answer yes to more than one of those questions? Well, today could be your day to turn that corner and finally get relief. QC Kinetics treatments are easy. They're done right there in the office so you can go about your day. The consultation's free, so don't wait. Call today. 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986. With locations in Aurora, Superior, Highlands Ranch, and the Springs, it's QC Kinetics.
Still babysitting your cleaning crew? Missed trash, dusty desks, complaints from staff? Pike Janitorial has served Denver businesses since 1994 with professionally supervised commercial cleaning that gets done right the first time. Offices, warehouses, medical facilities, they show up, handle it, and you don't have to think about it. No excuses, no callbacks. And they'll beat your current cleaner's price by 10%. Guaranteed. Call 303-306-0290. Pike Janitorial. Clean you can count on.
Brenda Stokel here from my friends at Roller Auction. Do you have items you're looking to sell? since 1976. Roller Auction has been conducting commercial and industrial auctions for Colorado government agencies, Fortune 500 companies, small business owners, secured creditors, individuals, and more. They have a large marketplace to showcase your assets, so don't wait. Visit rollerauction.com for a free consultation and turn those items into some cold, hard cash. Again, go visit them at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
When disaster hits your home, it's game time. Water in the basement, fire damage, mold creeping in? Don't sit on the sidelines. Call Able. Able Restoration is your first round draft pick for emergency response, mitigation, and full rebuild. We move fast, protect your property, and fight for you with insurance start to finish. This isn't practice, this is your home. And when it's time to step up and protect what matters most, bring Able to the table. Call 303-590-5600. Go Able.
Bring Able to the table.
At Common Spirit Health, we don't just see a cancer diagnosis. We see you, and you don't have to do this alone. We believe you should be surrounded by your people, so you can keep them close while you get care close to home. Supported by our care team from diagnosis to treatment and beyond, and strengthened by treatment tailored to you. Because there's no one-size-fits-all approach to cancer care. Find cancer care with human kindness close to you at mountain.commonspirit.org.
Hey, what's up? It's Zach here. And if you're looking for your new go-to spot in Centennial, the Basketball Social House is it. Award-winning food and drinks, an incredible weekend brunch, and a brand new sports bar entertainment space where you can catch every Colorado game. Even if you're not playing, it's a great hang. But if you are, their private basketball suites are unreal. Full court, lounge, music, TVs, the whole setup. And because you're hearing this from me, get half off your first private basketball suite rental. Just use code HALFOFFHOOPS. Trust me, you're going to love this place.
We're all at risk when you don't give space to vehicles on the side of the road. Move over or slow down. Put yourself in their shoes. This could be you someday. Brought to you by the Colorado State Patrol.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Michigan with pregame starting at 6.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
There you go, Z. Put that Rockies hat on. I love it.
Did have to put it on. This is 3 straight days of wearing my Rockies gear.
I love that Rockies hat, man.
Thanks, man.
I need to get me one again. I got like it's not like the real deal. Like yours looks like the real deal. Looks like
It is the real deal.
Oh, I'm sorry. Kyle Freeland gave it to you. I'm sorry.
Where do you get your Rockies gear? Walgreens?
Target.
Kings?
Hey, what can I say, man? Target has everything.
No shade, though. By the way, wherever you get your stuff, I shouldn't even have said that. Wherever you get your stuff is good for you.
Not all of us can get gear from Kyle Freeland, man.
Stop. But if I get something, I want it to be official,
100%.
right? But everyone's different, and everyone's got different situations. So, hey, as long as you're supporting the hometown team, that's kind of where I'm at. It's like, and I hear, and look, I understand why people aren't getting on board. I got it.
They just don't want to get hurt. They don't want to get hurt. They don't want to get on board just to jump off board here and start saying they told all of us.
Yeah.
Told you so. But, I mean, if you're not on board and you're a Rockies fan, then what are you doing? Like, you have to have hope at some point. In anything you do, you have to have some hope when it's been going bad for you.
And I'm glad you said that. It's been hopeless. It's been hopeless.
Yes,
and they made fundamental changes, external changes that me and many others were begging for. And they did it. And now they're playing well. And they took a series from a team that was in the World Series last year, in a place that they had never taken a series, and are on the verge of sweeping a team that's been in 7 ALCSs since 2017. So, like,
that Coors Field, like, come on.
And they're defending their home field advantage. And last year, when they won their 5th game, it was to go to 5-25. And here they're winning their 5th game in the first 10, 11 games of the season. So, again, within reason, and being reasonable from an expectation standpoint and a realism standpoint, we're pretty much getting best case scenario. Excuse me. We're getting best case scenario, not pretty much. And so I'll read you a sampling of the RamosLaw.com text line before we shift gears. Guys, how many times have the Rockies started off well, and then June rolls around and it's downhill from there? But here's the thing, dude. I got you. 590, and put your name out. I'll give you a shout out. Thank you for listening
Shout out
and
590.
Interacting with the show. But they haven't started like this in years, in many years. And so here's another one. No. I refuse to have any hope until the Rockies, for the Rockies, until I see a few competitive seasons. So you need to.
Damn.
You're gonna wait years before checking out the team that's fun and exciting right now.
You don't want to jump on board, which is fine. Find yourself. Maybe you need to find another team. If it's going to take you damn near 3 years to get on board with the Colorado Rockies, we're in the now. It's about the now right now. And right now, the Colorado Rockies are competent. They're competitive. They're fun to watch. There's flashes from the young bucks. All right, some of the guys that they acquired are doing great. All right, Moniak is doing his thing right now. Can he continue to be consistent? Let's see. But right now, he is. This is what we want. You want a great start, and right now they're finding a way to try to go 500 in April so that they're competitive throughout the year.
All right, someone else says, when it hits 100 degrees and the Rockies are around 500, then I'll take them seriously. Okay, that's cool. That's a little bit more reasonable than I'm waiting years. You have to be competitive for years before I'll watch a game. Another one. Hey, I'm not thawing out at all. This is from the 825. Appreciate you listening. I'm not thawing out at all. It's only 11 games in. A couple young guys are hot, but they cool off usually. What happens when the pitching gets tired? I want to see a month or more, and if they sustain this, then I'll believe we're improving. Okay.
All right.
Okay, that's a little bit more reasonable. So we'll see.
What did Dragon Slayer 69 say? Was he good?
We'll see. Most people are still resistant. I'm a sports fan. I'm a Rockies fan. They did what I asked. They're playing better than I anticipated. They're playing better than anyone anticipated. So, all right, shifting gears here. The Avs did something last night that's only happened one other time in the history of the team. Not without some scares, though. What I'm talking about in the history of the team that's only happened one other time, Phil, they have collected 59 points on the road, tying the 22-23 team for the most in the history of the team. That's the good. The scares, and there was two of them, dude, I saw the parade flash before my eyes when Scott Wedgwood got slammed into. There was a bit of a sequence that involved Sam Malinsky and the St. Louis Blues, Philip Broberg, slams. Malinsky might have... Did his stick hit the skate? Did you see it hit the skate? I thought it was so close.
Yeah.
It ended up being a penalty on the Avs. I didn't like it. It didn't feel organic. But anyway, Broberg slams into Wedgwood. The cage does not lift off the little things. I forget what they're called. What's the little things that they're in the? They're like borings.
Yeah, you looked at me on that one. I would have never known that one.
Moorings.
Moorings.
They're moorings. It's like these pegs. The goalie, the cage is supposed to have some give. That thing is supposed to come up off.
For sure.
It didn't. Wedgwood slammed his spine into the cage. He was flopping, like legs wiggling like a fish.
If you were watching too, like a skate went through his was it the knee?
It was like the knee area.
So kind of like Gabe's situation. So it's like, damn. Not only is he hurt with his back, and hopefully nothing was wrong with his back, but he could have got sliced up. Maybe he did a little bit, and that's scary.
So that did cross my mind as well, because they were trying to figure out what happened on the broadcast, like what actually happened here. Now, Wedgwood said he got the air knocked out of him, but for a second there, it looked like a serious injury. Hockey players typically don't react like that on the ground unless there's like a devastating injury. Now, it sort of makes sense after the fact. Anyone who's ever got the air knocked out of them, it could be like for a handful of seconds there.
It's hard to breathe. It's hard to breathe. It happened a couple times to me by landing on that football. Right, one of these big boys lands on you. The football is right there by you. It hits your stomach. It hits your little tummy area, and all of a sudden you can't breathe, and you're gasping for air, and you need to come out. So I can't even imagine what Wedgie's feeling like with having to gasp for air and feeling like maybe someone sliced me up a little bit.
Well,
damn.
Well, while he was out of air, getting the wind knocked out of him, he was grabbing his back. So I'm like, holy hell! Like, are we gonna have is he got chipped vertebrae or something in there? Like, whatever. The guy ends up staying in the game.
Yep.
And if there was another layer to be reached of like winning his own teammates and this fan base over, if there was another layer, he did it last night. Guy was a warrior.
Oh, most definitely. He already solidified himself as a starting goalie. But then when you go out there, you go through a scary situation where you think that, man, maybe I broke something in my back. You stay in for your teammates because you know it's important to not just you but your teammates as well and try to get this win.
Sure.
And then you still do a great job in the third period having some key saves. Like, that's big time, man. Wedgie is ready for these moments. He knows that a lot of these opportunities don't come around the corner a lot for a backup goalie, and he's taking advantage of them. And his teammates around him, Nate Dogg, Marty Netches, they're loving it. They're feeling him. They play freer with Wedgie in between the pipes. I truly believe that, because when Black was in between the pipes, it seems like everybody tightens up. But when Wedgie's there, everybody just does their part, and it looks a lot smoother when he's in there in between the pipes.
Yeah, that's how it looks, and that's how it feels. Wedgwood stopped 18 of 19. The guys did a great job in front of him. Not good. They were great in front of him. Wedgie, 29 wins this season. He's now 12-5-2 in 2026. Colorado is just 9-9-0 since January 1st, when Wedgwood is not between the pipes. So they're perfectly average when it's Blackwood, and they're elite when it's Wedgwood. So the other scare, Nazem Kadri appeared to take a shot off his left hand. All right. Initially, I thought it was like his wrist. The team's calling it an upper body injury. You're probably not going to see him for the next couple games. Anyone who's got any bump or bruise here after last night is going to get, a delicate treatment from this coaching staff.
And it's either the wrist or, like I end up having my finger sliced up. And so I actually went to one of the guys, the doctors that works on the Colorado Avalanche a lot. And he says, you'd be surprised how many guys come in here with finger injuries. A lot of finger injuries, and of course, they might mend it up, do a little surgery on it, and then they're ready to play. So if something like that, where it's a wrist or a finger and Kadri has it, I don't think it's going to put him out the playoffs. It's going to be painful, very painful, but it's Kadri, man. He's a tough cat. You know what he wants. He wants another cup.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a scary situation. You're at the end of the year. You got 5 games left. I want to say 5 games left, and you have something like Wedgie, your starting goalie, that could have been seriously hurt, and then for Kadri, could have been really bad for him. And those two guys that you need if you're going to win a cup this year.
Well, and how good, real quick before we shift gears, how good was Val Nichushkin last night?
Oh, it felt good to see Big Val there skating around, scoring goals.
But it's the skill work, like the redirected goal at the outset, the shorthanded goal.
Yep.
The puck going between his legs. And I mean, the guy, and honestly, if you watch the game, Val could have had 5 goals last night. Could have had 5. And they were trying to get him the hat trick at the end with the empty net. It doesn't work out all good, but he was great after missing the previous game. Okay. Has building a program at CU been harder than Deion Sanders expected? He was asked that question, and his answer, well, you'll hear it next.
Get ready, Broncos country. This is the event you've been waiting for. Join Peyton Manning, Emmanuel Sanders, Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware, Aqib Talib, TJ Ward, and Coach Gary Kubiak as they reunite to relive their legendary Super Bowl 50 run. It's Night of Champions, a live, unforgettable show packed with stories, memories, and a behind-the-scenes look at one of the greatest seasons in NFL history. And Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan wants you to be there. Enter now for your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets at DenverSports.com/champions. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime night with the heroes of Super Bowl 50.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Drew Brees here. Whether you're on the field or on the road, having the right team on your side makes all the difference. I learned that the hard way. On the field, you don't go anywhere without a solid O-line. And when your car breaks down, you want that same kind of protection. That's why I trust CarShield. Their protection plans help you tackle expensive repairs so that you're not blindsided.
Visit carshield.com now and join the team that's helped millions of drivers save.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Lowest rate for life. It's our trademarked and most innovative product in the entire mortgage industry. Lock in your savings today, and if rates fall in the future, even as little as 0.5%, we will redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee. Always have the best rate and maximize your savings. It's only at U.S. Mortgages, and our number says it all. 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE, or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Are you looking for the perfect engagement ring? Hi, I'm Scott Matthew with Matthew's Fine Watches and Jewelry. We have a great selection to choose from. If you're looking for that one-of-a-kind custom ring, our associates will take the time with you to design that ring that she will love, and her friends will go crazy over. At Matthews, when you purchase your ring and Centerstone, you'll receive 20% off your wedding bands. Make the right choice. Come to Matthews and save.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry, located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center or online at MatthewsFineWatches.com.
I lost 60 pounds with soda weight loss a few years ago, and it changed my life. I look and feel 10 years younger. I'm moving better. I got my confidence back. You want your confidence back? Go to the website, sodadietandnutrition.com, or call them up, 1-866-800-SODA. And soda weight loss is incredible because it's knowing how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat. It's working with a real nutritionist. It's having a plan in place to lose the weight naturally and change your life. Online, sodadietandnutrition.com or 1-866-800-SODA. Soda weight loss is state of the art.
I'm Rob Wilhite. For almost 50 years, Colorado has trusted the Wilhite Law Firm after serious car accidents. With over $1 billion recovered, we know how to win for our community. Injured? Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com. That's WilhiteWins.com.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. In a world where dealerships come and go, one name has stood the test of time. Bozarth and Celebration Chevrolet, proudly serving Colorado since 1987 as the longest owned Chevy dealer in the state. From a huge selection of new Chevys to quality pre-owned vehicles, plus a team committed to treating you right, it's no wonder generations of Colorado drivers keep coming back. To see all the specials, visit BozarthAuto.com today. Again, that's BozarthAuto.com. Bozarth and Celebration Chevrolet. Experience you trust, service you deserve since 1987.
Hi, Dan Cicchini. For custom kitchens or cabinetry facing done right, go to drhi.com. Great cash incentives or a special financing rate of 0% APR with 72 equal monthly payments with approved credit. Call for details, 800-362-8370.
Now is the best time to buy. Get ahead of the competition and get the deal you want on the home you really want. Maximize your savings with lowest rate for life, and if the market does improve, we can save you money without any additional lender fees or appraisal fees. We're here for you today and tomorrow and celebrating 30 years of helping homeowners with expanded approvals, low rates, credit improvements, and more. Call U.S. Mortgages at 303-LOW-RATE.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is bucket. B-U-C-K-E-T. Text bucket to 303-713-1043 right now, and you could win a $50 Dick's Sporting Goods gift card and qualify for the $1,000 grand prize. That's bucket to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 1043 The Fan.
Has building a program at CU been harder than Deion Sanders expected? Man, I got to tell you. So this weekend is the CU spring game.
It is.
I did not realize that until about 48 hours ago.
It's been quiet, huh?
During this week. I realized it on like Monday evening. And I forget, I saw something that made a mention of it. And I'm like, oh, damn, like CU spring game this weekend. I think it's interesting because there was a point in time where we were so looking for the CU spring game, ESPN picked it up and aired it on their main broadcast.
That was his first year, right?
It was his first year.
And actually, I was in the XFL at the time, and I was on the plane watching the spring game. And Z, if you remember, it was cold outside. it was cold outside, and they sold so many tickets, and it's like, wow, the prime era is here. It's crazy. It's never been this big as a spring game. I remember being a Buffalo back in the day on that gridiron and having a spring game, and probably about maybe 15 people showed up. Maybe just 15 people or 100, showed up.
Yeah.
And now, and even if there's not a lot that show up this year, there's going to be more than there was when I was.
Sure, and I could definitely see that. But I mean, there's little to no buzz right now, And I'm watching Deion Sanders speak yesterday, and man, his one of my takeaways, and we'll get to some of his audio here, but one of my takeaways was
you haven't talked about Coach Prime in a while, man. So I can't wait for this takeaway.
Yeah, no, but one of my biggest takeaways was just how humble he went about the press conference. I mean, this was, and when you've been beaten up a little bit, and maybe you're questioning, like, am I really built for this? Am I a great college football coach? Am I capable of building a winner? I would imagine he'll never admit it, but I would imagine there's fleeting thoughts like that through his head of doubt. I would imagine.
I mean, I think we all go through times where you have a little bit of doubt. But I think for Coach Prime, he looks at it as look, I was able to do that my first year coming in, had some success, won 9 games, had a Heisman winner.
That was the second year.
Second year. Sorry, man. Second year.
First year they won 4 games.
Yeah, 4 games. They had that big one against TCU. It was electrifying, and then they kind of went downhill. Yep. They got beat by Stanford.
Yep.
And then it kind of went down from there. But second year had success. There was a lot of buzz around there. So I think he has a little bit of doubt. But also I think it's this is year 4 for me. Mm-hmm. Year 4 for me. I've been around the block. I know how this can go if things don't go right for me. I was on the top at one point, and now I'm back on the bottom. I have to find a way to stay afloat. And I think he's just kind of staying even keel, which is a good thing to do. Stay even keel. Let your coaches coach. Make sure you have the right players in the building, which I believe, just like I think you do, that they went the right way or went about it the right way this year and bringing a different type of guy in the building that just wants to play football and want to get better. And I think he's just going to let this play out, which is a smart move.
Yeah, I do like the approach much better this year of going with proven football players that may be coming from a bit lower of a level, but are known commodities that produced at a very high level who are looking for their shot in a Power 4 conference. Deion yesterday asked, hey, has building a program at CU been harder than you thought?
That we made some tremendous, we're not going to say that. We made some tremendous mistakes at certain positions that derailed us a year ago. The first couple years we had stability at those positions that highlighted us. So we learned quite a bit of not just talent, but understanding mentality. And mentality is something that we targeted. It's something that we sat down and interviewed and made sure not only the young men, but the parents had that type of mentality, because the parents play a tremendous role in these young men's lives.
Okay, so him saying, well, has it been harder to build a program? I wouldn't say that, he said, but we made some miscalculations at some positions, and he's got to be talking about quarterback.
Yes, it has to be quarterback on his mind. All right, you go from your son, all right, Shedeur Sanders, who did a great job at quarterback and getting everybody involved, to Payton Salter. And Payton Salter, he just was not the man for the job. His style did not fit with what they want done and what Pat Shurmur wanted done. And so when you're looking at that, just like high school or NFL and definitely college as well, you have to have a quarterback. And when you don't have a quarterback, it's hard to keep receivers and everybody intact and want to stay and build something, because they're like, I want to go somewhere where I'm going to get involved. And so hopefully this year, Juju Lewis can be that stabilizer where he's able to make some big-time plays and he can get everybody involved, and they got the quarterback's position figured out.
Well, I'll say this. In terms of the Juju Lewis conversation, he was asked about Juju, and he was served like a softball, which is mostly what he gets up there, just keeping it real. There's not a lot of pushback for Deion, but he was served a softball on Julian Lewis.
You went up through a changeup?
And he didn't want to swing at it. He was not ready to crown, pump up, hype up Juju Lewis in any way. And so I'll play that response for you on the other side. Also, the Nuggets will try to accomplish something tonight that hasn't been done in 13 15 years. Details next.
The Denver Broncos are staring down this year's NFL draft, and one thing's impossible to ignore. They need a tight end. Not a project, not a maybe, a real weapon. Someone who can stretch the field, win the seam, give Bo Nix a safety blanket this offense flat out doesn't have. Because last season, the production wasn't there. The red zone threat wasn't there. And in Sean Payton's system, that position's supposed to be a problem for defenses, not for Denver. So the question heading into draft night is simple. Are the Broncos willing to invest a draft pick in a tight end who becomes the missing piece in an offense that's begging for a matchup nightmare?
I want a tight end.
I know.
That's what I want. Bad. I didn't want a tight end for a long time. You got to find one in the draft. It's just the way it is. If you want to try to get a great one, you got to find that guy in the draft. So sign me up for that.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
How was your break?
It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So, even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code THRIVE25 for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code THRIVE25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's THRIVE25.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
2026 is shaping up to be an amazing year to buy a home in Colorado. If you've been dreaming about getting into your first place, upgrading for more space, or downsizing for a simpler lifestyle, now is a smart time to start planning. And the first step is easy. Get pre-approved. With American Financing, you can get it done in 24 hours or less, so you'll know exactly what you can afford before you start shopping. Rates have been dropping, home prices are steady, and more homes are hitting the market. You could score the right home at the right price and lock in a monthly payment that fits your budget without stretching yourself thin. And unlike renting, every payment you make goes toward your future, not your landlord's. And here's a misconception we'd love to bust. You do not need 20% down. Many buyers purchase with as little as 3% down. So if home ownership is on your 2026 goals list, let's make it happen. Call American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans, at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 1823334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
303 Law 4040. Want to share one of the best compliments we've ever received. Had a listener call in to 303 Law 4040. His name was Peter. His wife was viciously attacked in a dog bite incident. So we set up a time to have him come in, and I met with him at length while his wife was recovering at the hospital. A couple days later, my wife recognized the number. She had spoken to Peter before. So when the phone call came in, she said, "Peter!" It was actually Peter's wife. She said, "How did you know?" She said, "Well, we love our clients." She was just surprised that we recognized the number. We had her come in, we met with her, and she says, I feel like we're your only clients. It's really awesome. We're not your only clients, are we? No, they're not our only clients, but what a compliment that our clients feel valued and that we treat them with such a high level of service. If you ever need us, that's the type of service you will get too. It's Jacob's Law, 303 Law 4040. That's 303 Law 4040. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it.
Men, we all know how important sex is in a relationship, both for you and your partner. But erectile dysfunction ruins sex, which can often have serious impacts on your relationship as well. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if ED is a problem in your life, you understand the impacts it has on you and the one you love. But I'm here to tell you that ED is a treatable condition, and almost without exception, you can have really good sex again. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men with protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, good sex will be the norm. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a level of intimacy for you and your partner that might just astound you both. It's time to have really good sex again, so call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
This wasn't how Patrick pictured himself in retirement. Instead of playing golf every day, he could barely walk because of his severe knee pain.
It hampered everything because it hurt to walk around the golf course. It hurt to swing, just pretty much hurt doing anything.
But the groundbreaking regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics changed everything for Patrick. QC Kinetics uses your body's own healing properties to help repair and restore damaged tissue in your knees, hips, back, and shoulders. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime.
The turnaround's been amazing from where I was to where I am now. I'm gone from a 15 handicap down to a 7 handicap. That's because my knees allow me to play golf like I haven't been able to play probably in 15 years.
Don't let joint pain keep you from doing what you love. Call QC Kinetics today for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 303-900-8986. That's 303-900-8986. 303-900-8986.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Michigan with pregame starting at 6.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Hanging out with you here on a hump day. I want to get into the Denver Nuggets here in a minute, but I want to finish up a conversation about CU, spring game this weekend. Deion Sanders talking for the first time in quite some time. Different approach behind the microphone this go-around. And I'll play you that response about his young quarterback. He was served up a softball but chose not to swing at it. Tell you why I think that here in a second. But first, playoff season is upon us, and we want to help you get ready for some new gear for your favorite team. Enter for your chance to win a daily $50 Dick's Sporting Goods gift card and a possible grand prize of $1,000. All you have to do is listen for the keyword every hour between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. and text it to 303-713-1043 before that hour ends. The more keywords you enter, the more chances you have to win. For more info and a complete rules list, visit denversports.com/keyword. Okay, so we'll get into Nuggets here in just a minute because they're trying to do something tonight that they haven't done in 13 years. All right, we'll get to that. But first, to finish this CU conversation. So, Juju Lewis, quarterback.
QB1, right?
Maybe not. You would think, right?
You would think.
He's a former 5-star quarterback. Are you surprised he stayed?
You know what? No, I'm not. Now, if Juju would have started the whole year and did some really good stuff and had a bunch of film out there, then maybe I would say I'm surprised because there's film out there and maybe he could go somewhere else and another team would poach him and give him more money. But because they held him back for so long and then gave him those opportunities, and I think he's sitting there saying, like, at some point, there has to be a player that says, I'm going to stay and make this university good again. That's how I felt. Going into it, I knew that the Colorado Buffaloes were a bad football team. My visit there when I went to watch the football game, it was against the Oregon Ducks, and they put 70 on Colorado. And I still stayed. And a lot of it had to do with my mother being sick, but also being home. But I wanted to be a part of something. I didn't want to just go to Utah because I could have went to Utah or Texas A&M with Johnny Manziel. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to stay here, rebuild and be a part of something special. And I was able to in 2016, where we all stuck together, we grew up, and we were able to mow people over and whoop everybody's ass 2016 because we were just older and more mature and been through the fire. And maybe Juju's like that. Maybe his mentality is, I'm a quarterback. If I'm this great quarterback that everybody thinks I am and I'm a 5-star, then I'm going to get the guys around me to want to come aboard and we can win some games because of that. And I want to be the reason why. Maybe that's his mentality.
Interesting. Maybe so. Maybe we're still getting to know Juju, at a deeper level. You see, he got in a bit of a fight in practice. Did you see that?
Yeah, man. A little gritty there, huh?
Maybe so. A little sandpaper in Juju. Don't know if I want my quarterback throwing punches in a football practice, but we'll I like the fight. I like the fire in the belly. I like the fire in the belly. Well, Deion was asked yesterday, hey, how is Juju developing as a leader? And this is how Deion chose to answer the question.
Let's focus on the game. It's hard to lead. Your game has to help you lead. You can't. In football, I'm not talking about Juju. I'm just breaking this down for you so you understand, because you guys throw leadership roles on certain people that the game has to come before the leadership role. You can't lead in this generation, especially with new guys coming in, the multitude that we have, unless you have game. And his game is developing daily, and I'm proud of the strides that he's making in both, as a potential leader as well as a quarterback that we can really count on from start to finish. I'm proud of the young man.
He wouldn't call him a leader.
Yeah.
Called him a potential leader and said, you have to go play and play well first in order to lead. You can't just slap leadership on someone. I actually really like that response from Deion.
Okay, I was going to say, you have to love it. You're earning, right? Deion's forcing everybody to earn their spot. And he's right. Just because you're a quarterback does not mean you're a leader. I've been with many quarterbacks, all right, that were good. They just weren't leaders. Cepho Luafau, when he was with me with Colorado, that man was a leader. Steven Montez, I wouldn't look at him, and I'm not throwing shade at him. I wouldn't look at him as a leader.
Yeah.
Where Cepho would do anything for you. He would come pick you up if you was drunk at night and you needed a ride. That was your man. All right, he was always going to hold you accountable. He was always going to make sure he was doing the right things when things were actually hard for him. There was times where he didn't think he was going to be the starting quarterback. And he still was able to come, show up every day, the first person in the building other than myself. He was the first person because he picked me up, and then we would go to the facility. And in his head, he wanted to win, and that's all he cared about was winning football games. It didn't matter to him if he had to sacrifice his body. That's a leader. And so for Juju, in order for him to get there, all right, it's about playing these football games. It's about winning these football games. It's about going through hardship and coming out on the other side with these guys saying, okay, we can trust you. We can believe in you. You can lead us. And so that just takes time. So I love that Coach Prime is not just slapping a tag on this young Juju Lewis saying you are a leader because you're a quarterback.
Yeah. And by the way, even, because Deion's saying, hey, you got to go play well first, then lead. Even if you're the best player, doesn't mean you're a natural leader.
Oh, no.
I'll say this. The most accomplished person in the history of Denver sports is not a natural leader, and that's Nikola Jokic. He's just not a natural leader. Now, I think as he's gotten older,
you're seeing a little bit more fire in his belly,
seeing some more leadership qualities, but that's not like Nikola just organically doesn't want to get up and lead. He'll go so far to say, I'm not going to stand up and talk he just, that's just not who he is. He leads by example with his actions. Although I will say, did you see the other night against Portland in the timeout in the fourth quarter when the lights were down in the arena? They got a camera shot of him and he was barking out orders. And so I think he's acquiring some of that skill set, or maybe more willing to go there in a way that he hasn't up until this point, or really this window of time. Because I'm thinking of last year, too, him taking a more leadership role after Adelman
having
left.
a clipboard, writing, drawing things up and stuff like that. So for Jokic, I think, like you say, he's leading in his own ways, but he's coming out of his shell and he's being more dominant and saying, hey, look, this is what's going to happen, because he knows he has to get to a championship. He knows if he wants to be a part of that club, enter that dinner table with some of the greats, you got to win another championship. So he knows he feels that pressure, and if you feel the pressure, he's going to make sure everybody's feeling that damn pressure. And now that's how you start to lead and you open up. So like Juju, maybe over time he'll get that tag and say you're a leader because of what you're doing on the field, but also what you're doing off the field, and you're being more vocal the more comfortable you get around these guys.
All right, we'll see what happens this weekend with the spring game. Maybe we'll have some stuff to react to. He threw out, hey, we want to play CSU. Man, we would love to see that, wouldn't we?
Yes,
that would be so cool to see.
Sucks to be a CSU Ram. Let's get it going.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Oh, look at you, Mr. Mora.
Hey, you guys up in Boulder better be careful.
My roommate's back in Boulder.
I'm telling you, Deion's got a bit of a roommate up north. Jim Mora casts a big shadow. You heard of him? Pretty good.
Oh, a big
Pretty good.
shadow.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Maybe a baby shadow.
CSU, in my opinion, definitively trending up.
Because of the coach.
Because of the coach. He's a proven commodity.
Yes.
In a way that Dion is just not yet. So we'll see what it looks like. But in terms of who's the most relevant football program in this state.
Oh, Z, don't piss me off today.
Let's put a pin in that one.
Let's put a pin in it.
Let's put a pin in that. Let's put a pin in that. Oh, man.
Come on now. You don't even believe that.
We might. Well,
you don't even believe
hold
that.
on a second. No,
do you believe?
Hold on. I do believe in Jim Mora. I think he's going to do some awesome stuff up at CSU. We're going to have a fun little dynamic this fall.
Which team gets ranked first? Do you think one of them's if maybe you don't think any of them
I was going to say the most likely scenario is neither team is ranked.
Yeah.
I mean, that's hard to crack the top 25. But if it was going to happen and I had a gun to my head and I have to choose, the CSU Rams.
Oh.
I'm being sincere.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Like, dude, they have an easier path in their conference.
Yeah.
You know, you can go on a run and get ranked within the Mountain West Conference, soon to be Pac-12, right, for CSU. Yep. But I would say I would just say a bet on Jim Mora and a bet on the path. Big 12's tough, dude. And then in the non-con, the Buffs have it tough right out of the gate.
Georgia Tech in Atlanta. That's going to be a big one.
Yeah.
For Dion specifically because he played for the Atlanta Falcons. So, man.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we're in store for. The fall will be here before you know it. Okay, so the Denver Nuggets are going to try to accomplish something tonight that hasn't been done in 13 years. Man, 13 years ago is a long time.
It's been a long time coming.
Man, it's like we're in 2026. Even last night on the broadcast for the Rockies when they said, hey, it's the first series win over the Astros in 2021 since 2021. And in my head, 2021 still sounds recent.
No, it does.
And I'm like, wait, 2021 was a half decade ago. Like we're burrowing through 2026. So.
And you just get younger, man. You just look younger every year, Z.
I'll take it. I got my hat on. My hairline's not exposed.
There you go.
So the Denver Nuggets, guys, they are going to try to win 10 games in a row for the first time in the Jokic era. Think about that. Michael Malone was one of the longest tenured coaches in the entire NBA. He never won 10 games in a row.
Very hard to do. Very hard to do. And whether maybe it was injuries that stopped them from doing it and just being consistent like this when you know that, you know, everybody is gunning for you, hard to do.
March 2013 is the last time the Denver Nuggets won 10 games in a row. And here you have a Memphis team that in their last 30 games, they are 5-25. And somehow, some way, one of those wins came against these Denver Nuggets. In fact, the last time that the Nuggets lost was against the same team that they're playing tonight.
You know what's funny, Z, is John Davis, he took over for you when you went to the home opener.
Yeah.
And he kept talking about the Memphis Grizzlies. And I'm like, JD, what the hell are you talking about? Why do you keep talking about the Memphis Grizzlies? And he said, man, they're just scrappy. And that's a team that I would be nervous for. And I'm laughing. I'm like, dude, they should be able to blow out the Memphis Grizzlies, dude. Like, this is the time to do it. You're at the end of the year. And he said, but the thing about Memphis is they're going to play full court press. They're going to be aggressive, and they just find ways to beat Denver. And so with that being said, and you talking about it, Denver better be ready to play. One, Denver should already be ready to play because they still need to go after that 3 seed. All right, they still need to solidify the 3 seed.
Yes.
So there's something that they're playing for.
Definitely.
And then also, this is a time for you to fine-tune everything going into the postseason. All right, you're going to have the starting 5 if AG plays, which I assume he is going to play. I don't believe he's on an injury report.
Let's put a pin in that.
Okay,
Let's talk about it.
Cool. So you don't have a lot of runway left to kind of get everything that you want down and start focusing on little things like let's play some defense. All right, closing out on the 3-point shot. Like, work on these small details so that once you get into the postseason, you're ready to go and you feel confident, Z.
Well, I'm pretty sure that a lot of these guys that you'll see tonight, you've never heard of. you've never heard of, unless maybe you watch you might know like Cam Spencer. You're a big college basketball fan. He played at UConn, but like if you're not, and you're looking at some of these guys that are going to play tonight, you're like it is a. I mentioned this at the top of the show at the Crosstalk. There was a game on Sunday that at one point in the game, they had a two-way player, which means he's not even on a full roster. He can toggle back and forth between the NBA team and the G League team. A two-way guy and 4 10-day contracts. I've never heard of that. I didn't research it. But like I think I'm on like fair ground to say like that's never happened before in NBA history. And maybe it has. I just have never heard of it. And so, but the thing that comes with that is that those guys who are out there, they are going to play as hard as they possibly can. This is their big shot. And on that game on Sunday, these Memphis Grizzlies that the Nuggets will play tonight made the most three-point shots in the history of NBA basketball. And they lost.
And that was Portland, right? We thought it was Portland.
We thought it was Portland.
25.
25, which is among the most threes ever made in a game. But 29 made threes. They shot 49% from three. These guys that you mostly don't know, Oliver Maxence Prosper, Cedric Coward, G.G. Jackson, Lucas Williamson, Cam Spencer. Did I just name American senators, or are they members of the Grizzlies? Like, if I did them one by one, like you wouldn't know.
No.
And so, but they play as hard as they can. They're going to play 5-out basketball. They're going to drive and kick, and they're going to take as many threes as they possibly can.
Well, then we should be a little bit concerned going into this game because of what the Nuggets don't do. They don't play good defense, and they don't close out on threes. And that was the example was against Portland, where Portland was able to make 25 of them things. So going into this game, they have to make a focal point of just playing good defense and being aggressive. And if they don't, then you're going to give the Grizzlies the chance to shoot these threes. And what did you say, Z? When you're in the league and you have a wide open three, anybody in that league can hit that 3-point shot.
Yes. The league average for an open three, so a defender not within 3 feet of you, that's defined as an open three. This season, NBA players, any NBA player, any position, put them all together, they're shooting 41% from three. And we define a good three-point shooter by shooting 40%.
40%.
So you can't give NBA players in this era open threes. It doesn't matter if they're on 2-way contracts, 10-day contracts. They're up for the challenge. And so that being said, you know what the spread on the game tonight is? I can't believe this is real. I cannot believe this is real.
A lot to a little.
Dude, I've been following odds for right about 20 years. When I was 19 years old, I started to start looking at stuff and got a bookie and started, it's just been a part of my life for 2 decades, okay? This is one of the 10 biggest spreads in NBA history, Phil.
Damn.
One of the 10 biggest spreads ever in the history of the sport is tonight, Memphis against Denver, in a matchup that went Memphis's way here about 3 weeks ago. And so let me just double check if it's, dude, the spread is 23.5 points. So like from a sports gambling standpoint, like right now the score is 23-0.
Yeah.
Think about it like that before the game ever even starts to try to even the odds.
So what would you do? And I don't want to put your business out there. When you look at a spread like that, what would you do?
I would play the numbers and take the points and bet Memphis to lose by less than 23 points. Yeah, I mean, because the Nuggets don't smack a lot of teams like that.
They don't.
Where they're winning by 25, 30 points. We don't really see that a lot. So I'm staying away from it. I'm not going to – I typically do not bet against the Denver sports teams. Occasionally, but mostly not. And so I'm just staying away. But that is insane. A 23.5-point spread is nearly unheard of. So
this is it. Keep the streak alive.
Right, win 10 in a row.
10 in a row.
First time in 13 years.
Yep. Keep establishing what you're going to do in the postseason. Play better defense. Like, it's simple. This should be a game where you blow out the Grizzlies, and in the fourth quarter, your starters are sitting out, and you get to get someone like, and I wish Zeke Naji would play, and I don't know when he's coming back, but somebody like that gets his opportunity to shine and get some tick and get some burn. So it should be simple, but it's never simple with the Nuggets. It's never simple. And so let me ask you this. The Nuggets win this one.
Yeah.
And they get the streak and keep the streak alive, and they get to 10, something they've never done since 13 years ago. Does it feel right because of who they've been playing throughout this stretch?
Or
am I just like, do I sound like a hater?
No, because my question was going to be, and I had it in our notes here, the best win of the current 9-game win streak, which ties the longest win streak in 13 years, the best win is definitively Utah. I said Utah.
The Spurs.
The Spurs. That was the game
Utah's
right
in your
before.
brain.
No, that was the game right before San Antonio. I'm looking at the schedule right now. So the Spurs is the best win in this 9-game win streak.
Yeah.
What's the second best win?
Man.
I'll throw that out to Dante, too, behind the glass.
Yeah.
Spurs are the best win in this 9-game win streak. What's the second best win?
See, first I was going to say the Boston Celtics, like I said earlier, because the Boston, when back there they played great defense, Denver that was, and they held Boston to 84 points.
Hold on, time out. I think you're misunderstanding the question.
The second best win, right?
No, the second best win in this win streak.
Oh, in the win
because you
streak.
asked me about the win streak.
Yeah.
You said, well, how should we look at it because of who they played? And I said, I was going to ask this question in our notes, but it speaks to your question. Within the win streak, and for our audience, I'll tell you what it is right now. They beat the Raptors, the Blazers, the Suns, Dallas, Utah, Golden State, Utah again, San Antonio, and then Portland again. So take out the Spurs because that's definitively, without question, the best win within the 9-game win streak. What's the second best win in this win streak?
What would you say? What would you say the second best win is? I mean, this is a light schedule.
It's very light. I would actually say on the road at Phoenix is what I would say.
The 125-123 win.
Yep. They won by a bucket on the road. Phoenix has been way more competitive than we thought this year. There's not a lot of winning teams on the win streak that they beat. Phoenix at the time dropped to 40-33 after the loss to the Denver Nuggets. But there's no other playoff team that they played. And I guess the Raptors. But the Raptors, I honestly look at that win very similar to the Phoenix win, and one was at home and the other was on the road. And I'll say the win on the road at Phoenix.
I'm gonna go Phoenix too. No, truly, I'm gonna go Phoenix. When you look at everybody else that the Nuggets have played, I mean, you could say I'm not even gonna say the Warriors because Curry wasn't playing.
Porzingis did play in that game.
Did play.
Draymond did play.
Yep.
Yeah, that's up there, but no Steph Curry, no Jimmy Butler. But that's a candidate, and Golden State, actually blew you out last time that the Nuggets shared the same court with them on a nationally televised game. Dante, what do you think the second best win in this win streak is?
I was going to go with Toronto.
Toronto
or Phoenix feels like the answer there. They're a playoff team. They're seated higher than the Suns, at least at the moment. The Suns were a little banged up in that game, too. I think they were missing two.
They were.
Three of the rotational guys.
But I'll say this. If Phoenix was in the East, they'd have a better record than the Raptors.
Yeah, well, they do have a better record than them now, but I still think and Toronto's one of those teams, and we've talked about it over this segment here, that the teams that are scrappy and play with that hustle can give the Nuggets some problems, and the Raptors definitely fit into that. They're young and upcoming. They're going to play hard.
Yeah.
So to me, that was number 2. But I think either answer is right.
Well, I put it out just for fun. I put it out as a poll on Twitter, and let's check it out. I said, in terms of the point spread, and there's not a lot of votes. The algorithm did not like this poll. But I said the Nuggets, and this was at the time, it was 22.5 point spread. It's up to 23.5. I said, will Denver cover the spread? 76%. What do you think they said?
76% said no.
76% said no.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of points.
That's a lot of points. They have to win by 24 tonight to cover the spread.
Come on.
Do you think they cover tonight? Because they're going to win. They're going to win.
Yeah, they're going to win.
They have to
no,
win.
They're not going to cover.
They're not going to cover. Dante, you think they cover a 23.5 point spread?
I don't. I just feel like they don't blow out teams like that.
No. This is one of the largest spreads in the history of this game that we call basketball.
Zach, what do you think is more likely? It's a single-digit game or they win by 30?
Ooh-wee.
That's a good question. Oh, God.
How the Nuggets have played against, they played down to their competition.
Yeah. Single digits.
Yeah. I'm going to go single digits.
Just because
too.
of how hard those Memphis Grizzlies are going to play tonight.
And then it depends on Jokic. Like, what version are we getting with Jokic?
Right.
Is he going to be a guy that's going to try to dominate early, score his points, or is he going to be passing up open shots and doing what he did against the Jazz? So if he's going in there with the mentality of, like, I want to get out of this game by the third quarter, then it's going to be a long day for Memphis. But if not, and he's acting a little wonky, a little weird, which Jokic will do sometimes, it may keep the Grizzlies in the game longer than they need to be in it.
Well, obviously, their last loss came against this team they'll play tonight. We'll see if they can do what they haven't done in 13 years, win 10 games in a row and fortify that top 3 seed. Okay, talk about a juicy rumor that involves a NFL head coach and a top female reporter. I cannot believe this story. We'll talk about it next.
The Denver Nuggets are headed to the playoffs, but the only question that matters now is who do we want in round 1? You want the Wolves, the team that's been barking all year, talking like they're ready to take the throne? Do you want the Lakers, the drama, the spotlight that Team Denver has owned recently? Or do you want the Rockets, young, fearless, and convinced they're the next problem in the West? Every matchup is a different vibe. Every opponent brings a different kind of smoke. And the road to another ring starts with one choice. Wolves, Lakers, Rockets. Pick your fight, Denver.
I mean, at this point, do you want third? Do you want to stay at fourth? Stoke, you brought up an interesting scenario where you say, what, drop down to...
No, I was just saying, like, it wouldn't be the worst thing not to get...
Stay at 4 or 5 to get the Lakers in the first round?
Right. So, Lakers fall, Rockets jump you and the Lakers, and then now you're just sitting there with the Lakers with no Luka and no Austin Reeves.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And if joint pain is holding you back, hear me out then. Regen RX in Denver is on another level. They don't just do guesswork. They build a real plan for you. Wharton's jelly to support the joint pain, shockwave therapy to get the blood flow back going again, and they even are going to sit you down and give you a 6-month booster to keep your results feeling elite. And the best part about this is their consultation is completely free. You heard me, it's free, no risk. And if you're dealing with degenerative joints or long-term pain, see if their stem cell therapy is the right move for you. It's about quality of life, guys. So staying explosive, staying active, and staying present for your family is the most important thing in your life. So give RegenRx a call today at 303-630-9770 or visit regenrx.co. Again, that's regenrx.co, and make sure you let them know that Phillip Lindsay sent you.
What's up, cousin?
I want a new phone. Have you seen any good deals?
Everyone has free phones, but when I switched to T-Mobile, I got more value and so much more.
Like streaming included.
And travel benefits.
And the best part? The price of your talk, text, and data is guaranteed for 5 years. Get more benefits and more value. At T-Mobile, families save and get a 5-year price guarantee. Switch now at T-Mobile.com. Qualifying plan requires price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com.
Whoa. Okay, this one says you get a free phone if you switch. Hey, this one also says you get a free phone if you switch.
Yeah, they all do, hon.
Wait. The T-Mobile one says families saved over $3,700 versus the other big guys in the past 5 years. And their experience plans have Netflix included, plus a year of Dash Pass by DoorDash.
Hang on, let me see that. And a 5-year price guarantee? Oh yeah, we're switching.
That's what I'm talking about. Do we clap now, or...?
I'm thinking high five.
At T-Mobile, get savings that keep stacking up. That's value you can feel every day. Switch now at T-Mobile.
Savings based on Harris X billing snapshots from Q3 2021 to Q4 2025 among accounts with 3+ voice lines compared to AT&T and Verizon, excluding discounts, credits, and optional charges. See harrisx.com/T-Mobile. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com.
Hey, it's Zach here for 5280 Exteriors. Wildland Urban Interface is the new Colorado standard. It could affect your next siding, decking, roofing, or window project. 5280 Exteriors can help you identify your fire risk zone, stay compliant, and protect your home.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry buys, sells, and services pre-owned Rolex, Cartier, and all luxury Swiss watches. So if you're looking to make a change in your watch collection or just looking to sell, come to Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry, located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center or online at MatthewsFineWatches.com.
Soda weight loss is state of the art. You've heard me say that for years and years now. Why? Because it's so true. And SodaDietNutrition.com is the website you need to go to, or call them up 1-866-800-SODA. Listen, I lost 60 pounds a few years ago with SodaDietNutrition.com, and I'm never going back. Haven't gained the weight back. Why? Because I know how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat. All thanks to my friends at Soda Weight Loss. Soda Diet and Nutrition. You can join Soda for a short time to have results that last a lifetime. Join now, and your partner joins free. It's two people with real accountability for the price of one. Online, SodaDietNutrition.com, or call them up 1-866-800-SODA. And just having that real nutritionist, having that program in place to help you lose the weight, it means everything. And right now, when your partner can join for free, with you get two people, real accountability, the price of one, it's a no-brainer. SodaDietandNutrition.com is where you need to go. Soda Diet Nutrition, they're state of the art.
I'm Rob Wilhite. A car accident can change everything in a moment. For almost 50 years, my firm has gone up against insurers and won over $1 billion for our clients. If you were hit, don't wait. Evidence fades, witnesses disappear, and the insurance companies know that. We move fast, you should too. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or go to WillHiteWins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or WillHiteWins.com. We're here for Coloradans when it matters most. The Wilhite Law Firm, Colorado Strong. WillHiteWins.com.
Hey, it's Stokely. Spring is here, but you know Colorado. Warm one day, chilly the next. And trust me, summer is coming in hot. Beat the rush with an early bird air conditioner tune-up and inspection for only $49 from ROX Rocks Heating and Air. They'll inspect your system and keep you cool when everyone else is scrambling. Call Rocks Heating and Air today and schedule your tune-up before the end of April. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair, ROX, Rocks, Heating and Air.
Low testosterone can be a real problem for many men. It causes poor sleep patterns, decreased energy, low sex drive, and it makes it really hard to stay in shape. And as we all know, a healthy body is very important to our overall health and well-being. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if some or all of these symptoms sound like you, we can likely help you be done with low T. We can also help you lose weight, support your metabolism, improve your gains in the gym, and more with our new targeted body composition plans featuring GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more. Our low T protocols, applied in conjunction with our body composition plans, will help most men see real improvements, true weight loss, higher energy, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and a renewed sex drive as well. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
At Belco Credit Union, we want to make your dream renovation a reality. Maybe that means a modern kitchen upgrade or a luxurious new bathroom. With Belco's Home Equity Choice line, you can get easy access to funds with the freedom and convenience of a home equity line of credit, plus the security and stability of a home equity loan. Plus, Belco is also offering low rates for qualified borrowers. Learn more at belco.org/choiceline. Belco is an equal opportunity housing lender. Belco, banking for everyone.
Want to partake in our contest? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Michigan with pregame starting at 6.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, the Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it! All righty. So, just real quick, got to touch on, in passing, this story that was going viral yesterday afternoon and yesterday evening.
What story?
Goodness gracious.
What in the world? What's going on?
Did you see the pictures of Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini that were published by Page 6 yesterday that showed Vrabel and Rossini, Vrabel a top NFL coach, right?
Yep.
Diana Rossini a top NFL reporter, spending time together at a plush resort in Arizona. According to the outlet, the pictures in which the pair clutched hands and wrap their arms around one another on a rooftop are from about 2 weeks ago, all right, in Sedona. Now, additional photos published by the outlet show the duo relaxing as well by the pool next to one another, just those two. Now, this whole conversation, like, I'm not even alleging anything, okay? But if you were to suggest something, it would be alleged. This doesn't look very good.
No.
Both of these guys are married. Mike Vrabel's got kids. But I'll tell you, man, like, and they both denied it, right? Vrabel said these photos show a completely innocent interaction and any suggestion otherwise is laughable. This doesn't deserve any further response. Okay? I'm just telling you, like, using my eyes and an actively working brain, it didn't look good.
No.
It didn't look good.
It doesn't look good. All right, and the fact that, like, even if it's not true, the fact that both of them are married and they're together,
poolside, hand
in hand, it's like your significant other's gonna be upset with you anyway for hanging out with one another.
That intimately, like you're in a bikini, right? It's like it just the whole it doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good. At a bare minimum, it doesn't look good. At a maximum, it's infidelity and all this stuff, which, again, that would be alleged because we don't know. Both are denying it. But again, if you just have an actively working brain and eyes, at a minimum, it is a very, very, very poor look. And, you know, do I even bring this up?
Uh-oh.
So it was a handful of years ago that the Washington Redskins general manager at the time, who was Scott McLaughlin, his wife tweeted, Diana Rossini broke the story that Kirk Cousins was replacing Robert Griffin in Washington, and she was like on that beat. Well, the wife of the general manager tweeted multiple times that the information was coming from her husband, who has been sleeping with Diana Rossini. And it's just like, so you combine like that with this, and there's some up. It just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. At a bare minimum, it doesn't look good.
It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good. It's not good. So
wow,
we'll see where this goes. If anywhere, my guess is it's probably going to die. And because there's no real concrete evidence, and I'm glad that there's not. I don't want this for their families. Stories like this, to be completely honest, turn my stomach. Because
it's sad.
And well, this is also what ripped apart my family personally.
Yeah, okay.
So like it turns my stomach. But like when it's this, when you're so forward facing, like that Coldplay story at the concert, that stuff turned my stomach. But it's like it's so public, and it's like, oh,
that was really bad.
That was really bad.
People were making fun of it, making memes out of that.
It was nonstop.
You know, and that tore two families apart.
It did. So hopefully this dies, but not good. And honestly, they should know better with how public who they are. And
exactly. And I don't want to sit here and advocate like if you're gonna do your dirt, do it behind closed doors. But like two big figures out there, out and about, where you know there's a bunch of people taking pictures of you.
Yeah.
And you just don't care.
Yeah.
And you don't think it's gonna get out there if you're doing something like that.
Well, I hope the whole thing's fake. I hope it's completely misunderstood and misrepresented. But from what
there's AI out there. AI is a real thing.
That could have been their denial.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll see where this goes, if anywhere. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
All right. Do you see the old school brawl in the Angels-Braves game last night? Jorge Soler and Ronaldo Lopez got into it. Man, there was a up and in pitch in Soler's third at bat. Soler had already hit a home run in the first inning and gotten hit by a pitch in the third inning. That was a good old-fashioned brouhaha.
No, it was, man. And you know what? Baseball needed something like this, just to shake things up at the beginning of the season. It was a huge brawl. I don't know if I agree with a man having a baseball just whacking you in the side of the head. Like, what are we doing with that? Be a man and just punch.
Oh, my gosh.
You're really trying to hurt this dude. Give him brain damage. Crazy.
Goodness gracious. And I said Soler. It's Soler. Apologize about that. But, yeah, that was nuts. That was kind of fun. That was kind of fun. I like when stuff like that happens. All right, next in the 3 count.
1, 2, 3.
And by the way, let me just say this. Last night in the Rockies game, so Johnston, 2 nights ago, had a hit that went right up the middle of the diamond, and it ended up deflecting off of second base, and it jumps into the outfield, and he reaches first in a way that he wasn't supposed to. And he gave like this like big time like this like shrug of like, huh, and he kind of held it and then did it again. Think like what Michael Jordan did against the Blazers after he hit like a 5th three in the first half, and he runs back down and does this to
like,
the
"It's
broadcasting crew, and he's like, hey, I don't know, like it just happened. They threw at him yesterday. And I don't know who caught that, but it was such a bad fastball. It got thrown behind him, but they were trying to bean him from the night before. So let's just, the Rockies, these plucky Rockies, have gotten under the skin of Houston.
Yeah. I mean, they're just dominating Houston, like from start to finish. And I'm not talking about just the game. I'm talking about the series alone. And it's just fun to watch. It's fun to watch, and they have a little grit to them, man.
All right, we'll get back to Rockies here shortly. The mixed reviews for this fantastic start, they're on the verge of sweeping Houston. I'm into it. I love it. I've been watching it every single night, and we'll talk about the current dynamic here in just a couple minutes when we get back to it. Okay, before we do that, what did we make of Michael Malone's intro press conference at North Carolina? We'll play you the highlights. And I have a question as it relates to being the head coach at Carolina comparatively to the Denver Nuggets that I'll explain coming up next.
Get ready, Broncos country. This is the event you've been waiting for. Join Peyton Manning, Emmanuel Sanders, Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware, Aqib Talib, TJ Ward, and Coach Gary Kubiak as they reunite to relive their legendary Super Bowl 50 run. It's Night of Champions, a live, unforgettable show packed with stories, memories, and a behind-the-scenes look at one of the greatest seasons in NFL history. And Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan wants you to be there. Enter now for your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets at DenverSports.com/champions. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime night with the heroes of Super Bowl 50.
If you don't care about saving 50% off your wireless bill for the same 5G coverage the big guys are charging a fortune for, maybe you care about keeping jobs in America. Pure Talk does. They've pledged to run their entire operation from this country, including all their customer service. Or maybe you care about our nation's veterans. Pure Talk does. They've donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to America's Warrior Partnership, a fantastic organization working hard to prevent veteran suicide. Or maybe you care about closing America's skills gap. Pure Talk does. They're a proud supporter of MicroWorks. They're helping my foundation train the next generation of skilled workers. Don't get me wrong. Saving money's great, and you'll save plenty with Pure Talk. But if you want to be in business with people who share your values, dial pound 250. Say micro, and switch to an American wireless company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This has been a test of the emergency alert system.
Hi, Dan Cicchini. For custom kitchens or cabinetry facing done right, go to drhi.com. Great cash incentives or a special financing rate of 0% APR with 72 equal monthly payments with approved credit. Call for details, 800-362-8370.
Are you looking to find more fairways, hit more greens, and lower your scores? Then it's time for a custom fitting from a Shields certified master fitter. Learning from the world's top fitters at Titleist Performance Institute, Callaway Performance Center, and the Ping Proving Grounds, we have the tools and expertise to match the right clubs to your swing for a more consistent game. Elevate your play today. Visit shields.com/expert fitting to schedule your session.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. In a world where dealerships come and go, one name has stood the test of time. Bozarth and Celebration Chevrolet, proudly serving Colorado since 1987 as the longest owned Chevy dealer in the state. From a huge selection of new Chevys to quality pre-owned vehicles, plus a team committed to treating you right, it's no wonder generations of Colorado drivers keep coming back. To see all the specials, visit BozarthAuto.com today. Again, that's BozarthAuto.com. Bozarth and Celebration Chevrolet. Experience you trust, service you deserve since 1987.
At Common Spirit Health, we don't just see a cancer diagnosis. We see you, and you don't have to do this alone. We believe you should be surrounded by your people, so you can keep them close while you get care close to home. Supported by our care team from diagnosis to treatment and beyond, and strengthened by treatment tailored to you. Because there's no one-size-fits-all approach to cancer care. Find cancer care with human kindness close to you at mountain.commonspirit.org.
When the Nuggets are knocking down threes, you score too. If Denver hits 15 or more three-pointers, you score a free 28-ounce Gatorade Lower Sugar the very next day at your friendly King Soopers. Gatorade Lower Sugar is scientifically formulated with Gatorade's #1 proven electrolyte blend and has 75% less sugar than Gatorade Thirst Quencher and no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or colors. Big shots deserve next-level hydration. Only at King Soopers.
Cecil Lammy here for my friends at windownation.com. Listen, in Colorado, we get different types of weather all the time. So whether your cold air is escaping or your warm air is escaping, your windows are likely to blame. And getting top quality custom fit windows from Window Nation is easy and affordable. And during the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off. Plus, you could get them with 0 interest for 5 years. During these uncertain times, one of the best investments you can make is in your home. So visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
Over his Hall of Fame career, Terrell Davis racked up impressive numbers. 65 touchdowns, 2 championships, almost 8,000 rushing.
That's why I bank at Colorado Credit Union.
That's a weird segue.
Colorado Credit Union treats me like a person, not a number.
With personal service, great rates, and smart financial advice.
And those are just 3 great perks.
We can stop with the numbers now.
You don't have to be a legend to bank like one at Colorado Credit Union. Visit ccu.org. Terms and restrictions apply. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is points. Points. Text points to 303-713-1043 right now, and you could win a $50 Dick's Sporting Goods gift card and qualify for the $1,000 grand prize. That's points to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
Denver Sports 1043 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, as we move along here on a Wednesday, what do we make of Michael Malone's intro press conference at North Carolina? We'll play you some of the highlights. Also, I just have a question, and it's a. I understand before I even ask it, I'm in the wrong market to ask a question like the one that I'm going to ask, but I think that if it was asked coast to coast, I think it would have more legitimacy.
All right.
So just let me explain this. If you, in all 50 states, if you put a poll out to basketball fans and you said, what is a more prestigious job, being the head coach of the Denver Nuggets or being the head coach at the University of North Carolina?
And these are all basketball people, so they're watching NBA, college, all of it. I would say North Carolina college basketball, and maybe that's just me. It's blue blood. It's it's big. It's big. It's huge. And college basketball at one point was really, really big. I would have to say being in college basketball, North Carolina.
It's crazy because like the Nuggets just won an NBA championship, and how I would answer it, and I'm sort of like almost fence riding here, but this is what I authentically think. I think right now you can make the argument that being the head coach of the Denver Nuggets has more prestige because you're coaching one of the 10 to 15 greatest players in NBA history.
With Jokic.
But historically, what has more prestige throughout time, being the head coach of North Carolina or being the head coach of the Denver Nuggets? I think it's North Carolina. And I can say on pretty sure footing, there's more fans of North Carolina around the country than there is Denver Nuggets fans around the country.
For sure. Because because think about it. When it comes to the Denver Nuggets, it's like it's the market here. But when you talk about North Carolina, like people across the country are going just to go to the University of North Carolina. So like there's always going to be a bunch of fans there for North Carolina. It's going to build over time because everybody's going to continue to go to that school. And it's like plug, and a bunch of fans are going to keep coming out of North Carolina.
Dante, what do you think? You're a huge basketball fan. If you through this framework, if you polled all 50 states of basketball people who consider themselves basketball people, what's got a higher level of prestige, being the Nuggets coach or the coach at North Carolina?
I don't have a strong feel either way. I think both are pretty prestigious. There's only 30 NBA jobs, and North Carolina's a top 5 college job as well. I would probably still lean Denver Nuggets just because there's only 30 of them, especially when he was here. He got to coach the best player in the world, won a championship. I think that if you're in a room of NBA champion head coach and a room of a national title head coach, I think the NBA champion coach still feels like they're above the other guy.
It does, but North Carolina also represents something of its own.
Yeah.
It's like something that is like just authentically North Carolina. And the history of Dean Smith and Michael Jordan and James Worthy, and the list goes on and on and on.
I think I would rather be the head coach of North Carolina than the head coach of the Denver Nuggets, though.
Like right now with Jokic in his prime and all that, you still want to go with the North Carolina job?
I think it's just a little more comfortable there, and you get to be the king of the castle. And we've talked about that with college football coaches a lot, where you kind of run the town. In Chapel Hill, it's a basketball town.
No doubt. Yeah. Who do you think has produced more people that are in the James Naismith Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts? People with Carolina ties or Denver Nugget ties? It's Carolina.
Yeah,
we can just skip to the
Carolina.
end of the. Yeah, it's just interesting. It's just something that I was thinking about this morning.
For you though, you would rather coach Jokic in the Denver Nuggets, or if they offer you to be the coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels, like you're going there. Which one?
So in this era of Nuggets basketball, because you're coaching what I believe is one of the 10 greatest players of all time, I think the answer currently, plus where UNC is at right now.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're losing in the first round. So right now, I think that the Nuggets job has a bit more prestige being a former champion in this iteration, in this window, and being a title contender. But in general, historically, I think the Carolina job has more prestige. And that's just keeping it real.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you this. I want to be the king of the castle, like D just said. I want to be able to have my name out there all the time. When you're in the NBA, you know you're at the bottom of the pecking order. You know Jokic, when he wants something, he's going to get that. And if he wants to cuss you out, you got to take it. I don't want to deal with that. I want to be the guy cussing people out, saying, what are you going to do about it? Transfer, buddy.
And you know what my new question is, and I'm just like, my wheels are spinning in my head. How many, historically, NBA jobs are better historically than the Carolina job? Because it's not a Nugget-specific question. Like what has more historic prestige, being the Grizzlies coach or the Carolina coach?
Oh, Carolina.
Being the Milwaukee Bucks coach or the Carolina coach? So, like, I'm not saying Lakers and Celtics and maybe even, like, Miami Heat or, San Antonio Spurs, like some of the NBA blue bloods, of which the Nuggets and Bucks and these other, teams are not traditionally. Dante, you got one more thing here?
Yeah, just on top of that, obviously Malone's not going to be the Nuggets head coach in this situation. So the real question is, would you rather be like the Milwaukee Bucks head coach or the North Carolina head coach?
Yeah.
More security with North Carolina. Right?
I want to be the Carolina coach.
And I think at this point, I think he can come back to the NBA. Let's say if he's not that successful there, I think NBA teams are still going to be lining up to hire Michael Malone.
Yes, and honestly, the more I thought about it yesterday after we got off the show, if he just hangs out and waits, he could take the Orlando Magic job this offseason. And so he chose it. He was asked about it, all right, why he took this job. This is what he said.
People keep asking me, Coach, why would you leave a chance of coaching in the NBA again? You're an NBA coach. You won a championship in Denver in 2023. It wasn't an easy decision, but what I kept thinking about was I have a chance to be a part of something special, the history and tradition, to be a part of something much bigger than myself. This was the only college job I'd ever consider. If any other job, I wouldn't even answer the phone.
Do you believe him that this would be the only college job that he would ever consider? He wouldn't even answer the phone.
I mean, if Duke came rolling around, I think he's answering the phone for Duke.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those other blue blood schools, you definitely have to answer the phone. Especially like you got just saying, like compared to someone like Milwaukee, I'm going to a blue blood school in college.
Sure.
Like where you, if you do a good job as a coach, you're damn near a god, and I hate to say like a god because nobody's a god, but like people look up to you as a coach.
Yes.
And you could possibly have a statue out there if you can find ways to win and win championships.
I'll tell you a very quick story. I don't know if I've told since you and I have been on the air. So I have shared with you. I called Albany and Kentucky.
Yes.
Game number 1 of like the 2014 season.
Jamal Murray.
It was Jamal Murray's first ever game. And at the time, they had a player named Skal Labissiere that was supposed to be the number 1 pick. They had some good players on the team. Isaiah Briscoe, little guard that played for the Suns. I'm trying to remember his name. Tyler something from Kentucky.
Oh, Tyler Ulis.
Tyler Ulis, yeah, little dog. But anyway, I called this game Albany and Kentucky, and we're in Lexington. And I remember after the game was over, not a lot of people were leaving. And people were getting up out of their seats and all moving to one side of Rupp Arena. And about a half hour, 40 minutes after the game, everyone's still sitting there. And John Calipari walks out of the locker room like he's like weightless, like he's walking on clouds, and puts the headset on and does post-game with the home announcing team. And they aired it throughout Rupp Arena. Those people, man, when he stopped talking, you could hear a pin drop. Those people were hanging on every word. So you mentioned, like, man, you move around like a god.
Yeah.
I understand why you say, well, no one's like a god, and you're right. But, like, you can realize why these college coaches specifically get God complexes because they are treated like one.
And you know what? It seems like for someone like Michael Malone, I think deep down inside, he doesn't feel like he was appreciated as much as he thought he should be with the Nuggets because of what was done to him at the end there after bringing a championship home to the Denver Nuggets. So maybe for him, it's like I get a chance to be valued differently here at the college level, where if I have success, and we know Michael Malone's a great coach, if he has success, everybody's going to latch on to him.
Yeah. All right. We have a point or two left over on this conversation that we'll finish up. Also, where do the Broncos wide receiver room stack up in the AFC West post Jalen Waddle trade? We'll talk about the division through the lens of the wideouts next.
3 series in, and the Colorado Rockies are, let's be honest, below 500 and have already taken a classic "why do I do this to myself" blowout.
Why?
But here's the twist. They're also weirdly competitive, like, why am I still watching the 8th inning of a Rockies game competitive? This team isn't rolling over, they're not sleepwalking, they're not the automatic W they've been accused of being the last few years. They're scrapping, they're fighting, they're hanging out in games that used to disappear by the 4th inning. So are the Rockies actually taking a step forward, even if the record doesn't show it yet? Or is this just another chapter in the long, confusing novel known as Colorado Baseball, Hope versus Reality?
We've seen some clues how we saw that against Toronto when they get their first series win against the AL champs. So it's like, okay, there's been enough positive signs, even if in a limited number of games, for me to say it's not the same old Rockies. It's kind of the same old Rockies.
Right.
That's still there. They have a long way to go, everybody.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Sex, intimacy, love. These 3 things are critical to a good relationship, and that's the problem with erectile dysfunction. It often destroys sexual enjoyment and intimacy. It stresses the love between partners, often to the breaking point. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're suffering with ED, you likely know exactly what I'm talking about. But I also want you to know that ED doesn't have to impact your relationship anymore. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're ED experts with our focus on men's sexual health. We've treated tens of thousands of men and have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. I promise you, if you're like most guys, you can get your sex life back, perhaps even performing like you haven't in years. So if ED is affecting you, it's time to get back to better sex, better intimacy, and deeper love. Call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Free barbecue? Yep, absolutely free barbecue. Hey, everybody, Dan Jacobs, the barbecue lawyer at 303 Law 4040. It's 2026, and we are taking our free meal program to the next level, and I want you to help spread the word with me if you can. I got a brand new smoker, and this thing's a beast. It's over 6 feet tall, so we can cook that 1,000 pounds of free barbecue each and every month. Here's what you do. It's Eastern Hills Community Church, 4 to 6 p.m. every first and third Thursday. I'm smoking up delicious pulled pork or my addictive copycat Chipotle recipe, and we're serving it up for free. You just get in line, you pop the trunk, we put free groceries in your trunk, and then we ask you how many meals you need for the night. It's that simple, no questions asked. It's at Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road every first and third Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. Help us spread the word, and if you have any questions, you can always call me. The barbecue lawyer's number is 303-LAW-4040.
Discover incredible savings at the Mountain High Appliance Clearance Center in Denver. I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. Our clearance center offers a huge selection of ranges, refrigerators, laundry, and more. Save up to 60% on open box, scratch and dent, display models, and overstocked appliances from Bosch, Thermador, KitchenAid, and many more. When you're looking for great deals on appliances, our clearance center is your go-to destination for the best prices and selection.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
This is Terry Wickstrom. I want to tell you about a financial product I personally really believe in. A home equity conversion mortgage from Mad River Mortgage, your reverse mortgage specialist. The HECM program's only requirements are to live in the home, do basic upkeep, pay property tax and homeowner's insurance. No monthly mortgage payment is required. For more information, contact my friend Mike Rabin at 303-396-2804 or go to madrivermortgage.com. NMLS 1504779.
Spring dust, pollen, and debris clog Denver's ACs. Fix It 24/7 Spring AC Deep Clean removes buildup. First-time customers pay $39. Look now at fixmyhome.com before summer heat hits.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan, powered by Waterloo Turf Denver. Get your Saturdays back.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU Hockey skates with Michigan with pregame starting at 6.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on
already flying by, having a lot of fun here. Real quick, before we shift gears to Broncos, because I want to ask the question, where does the Broncos wide receiver room stack up comparatively to the rest of the division, just wideouts? Dante, you got something real quick, though, to put a bow on the conversation we were just having about Michael Malone, North Carolina, all that.
Yeah, and it actually came from Phil's point that he was making at the end there, that in college sports in general, you can leave a place and be welcome back and be loved there forever. You hardly ever see that in professional sports. Usually in professional sports, at some point the relationship's gonna sour.
Yeah.
So I think that's also a point in terms of being at the being the head coach of North Carolina over being a head coach in the NBA.
Yeah, no, I like that too. And even in the crowd yesterday, there was Roy Williams sitting, former, a championship coach at Carolina. Eventually, it runs its course. He steps away. There he is still. Hubert Davis will be invited back. He's part of the Carolina family. It just didn't work out. But if you have success, that door will likely always be open for you.
But even before we go on, Malone, you think he feels welcome back here in Denver? Or do you think it's going to take some time before he feels that way to come back?
You want to know that's a good question. At a certain point in time when perspective truly sets in, I think that he will want to come back, be celebrated, because make no mistake, Malone is going to be celebrated for the rest of time here.
Yes.
He's the greatest coach in the history of the organization. Most winningest coach ever, most wins, the only coach to ever deliver a championship. It's my humble opinion that if the precedent has been set with Doug Moe, rest in peace, and he's got his name hanging from Ball Arena, well, Michael Malone won more games and won a championship. There's no reason. He's got to, at a certain point in time, come home and be celebrated. He's got Maxie the Miner tattoo on his arm.
Yeah, I mean, you have to put the man's name up there. You just have to. All right, bringing us a championship alone. I've been through those years as a Denver Nuggets fan growing up where you knew you weren't going to win a championship. You were just happy to be watching the Nuggets play and have a chance to do it. We won a championship, and Michael Malone was a huge part of that.
And here's what I'll say, too. I think it would be way more uncomfortable if Calvin Booth was still here and he wasn't. I
can see that.
And hopefully in time, perspective sets in on things that Malone could have done differently as well. Calvin was asked about things he would have done differently. Didn't sound like much of anything, to be completely honest with you.
I think I just made it look too easy.
All right, so thank you, Calvin. Hopefully in time, it's water under the bridge and you celebrate the good times.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of good times. And he was here for the whole arc of the taking over an organization that was at the bottom and brought him to the very, very tippy top for the first and only time ever. Okay, where do the Broncos wide receivers room stack up in the AFC West post Jalen Waddle trade? All right, so you look at the wide receiver room, it's Jalen Waddle, it's Cortland Sutton, it's Pat Bryant, it's Troy Franklin, it's Marvin Mims. Okay, you look at that's a pretty good room.
No, that's a really good room. That's a really good room, and you're getting a variety of things from each one, right? You got a speedster, you got a big body, you got another, joker / speedster and Marvin Mims, Pat Bryant, Mr. Reliable, breaking tackles or something that he does, and then a guy that's I like to call him plucky, like you like to use when it comes to the Suns or any of those other teams that are hard and they're just intense, and that's Troy Franklin for me. He's a plucky guy that he's tough. And even in one of those games, I want to say the game against the Indianapolis Colts, where he had a touchdown. I think they threw the ball to him 2 or 3 times in a row, and he was able to break a tackle, and he found a way to score a touchdown. Troy Franklin's tough, so you're getting a mixture of a lot with that room.
Yeah, it's a pretty good room. We'll see how it all plays out. Then you look at someone like Kansas City, and you look at, again, just receivers, Rashee Rice,
yep,
Xavier Worthy, Tyquan Thornton. What kind of room is that?
Very explosive, a lot of speed. Rice is a damn good receiver when he's focused on football. He's been having a lot of outside noise go on. He breaks tackles. He's that big body receiver, but nowhere near like the Denver Broncos. The Chiefs have something there, but what the Denver Broncos have is stability, man. You can count on a lot of these receivers, Pat Bryant being one of them that's young, Cortland Sutton on third downs, and then, of course, Jalen Waddle, who's very dynamic, very explosive. So although the Chiefs have some talent, some speed, a lot of that still you have to rely on Patrick Mahomes to get that ball out there to them.
And then Tyquan Thornton is a young player,
yeah.
Just 19 catches this past year. A fine player, started with New England, but nothing of crazy note. And then you look at the Raiders, who have Trey Tucker, Jalen Naylor, and Jack Beck. Man, that's kind of an anonymous room, all things considered.
That's a sexy room. That's a sexy room right there, Z.
Sexy would be the last word I would use to describe that room.
They're on a rebuild, man. They got a lot of players that, honestly, I don't think a lot of fans wouldn't even know their name.
No.
And so for them, maybe they got some tough players that are consistent, and that's what they're looking for. But they're not going to make this list. They should be dead last on the list if you're ranking the receivers in the AFC West.
Yeah, Trey Tucker was the leading receiver for Vegas last year, and he played in every game, failed to get to 700 yards.
Yeah.
So, and he was the best of the bunch. And then you look at the Chargers, all right, who have Ladd McConkey, Quentin Johnston, and Trey Harris. What kind of room is that?
This is an interesting one because Ladd McConkey is a bad boy.
Yes, he
can run
is.
every route in the route tree. All right, Quentin Johnston actually had a really good year this year. He was finally catching the ball consistently. And then, of course, Herbert is one of these quarterbacks that elevates everybody around him. But with that being said, they're not as consistent as the Denver Broncos. And when I look at Jalen Waddle, who is very, very consistent, you guys are getting ready to see for yourself, and explosive, in Cortland Sutton, who you could rely on third downs, Mr. Consistency himself. The Denver Broncos receiver room is on top of the Los Angeles Chargers receiver room. Now, I will say LA, their receiver room would be number 2 in my eyes. Then number 3 would go to Kansas City Chiefs, and then 4, of course, would be the Raiders. Because Ladd McConkey and Quentin Johnston, these two are still some really good players that are young, and they find ways to have that separation, and they were able to win a lot of games with those receivers.
So Broncos have the best receiver room in the AFC West right now.
Hands down, the Denver Broncos have the most established receiving room in the AFC West with a quarterback that's only getting better every single game. It's crazy to see. It's going to be scary this year, and that's why, Z, I said earlier that the Denver Broncos should have 2,000-yard receivers. 17 games. Cortland Sutton has already went for 1,000 yards last year. Jalen Waddle would have if he has the right quarterback to help feed him the ball. And now you have these 2,000-yard receivers on the same team, different type of receivers. Oh, man, it's going to be a fun year for Davis Webb and that Denver Bronco offense.
Yeah, it really, and of course I agree with you. I definitely believe that the Broncos have the best wide receiver room in the AFC West. And really, it's not that complicated of a story. It's really not. And I know there's games played stuff, but the leading receiver for Kansas City a year ago didn't touch 600 yards. The leading receiver for the Raiders a year ago didn't touch 700 yards. And the leading receiver for the Chargers didn't touch 800 yards. And so now they had three receivers with 700 yards or more there in Los Angeles. But yeah, you look at just the different level of talent in this room in Denver with these pass catching these pass catchers rather.
The pressure's on, Z.
Man,
The pressure's on. Bo Nix needs to have a great year this year because of the talent that's around him. And the Denver Broncos need to win a lot of games. I'm not saying 14 games because that's hard to do with the schedule they're going to go up against. But they need to be making noise. And it's Super Bowl or bust because the type of players that the Denver Broncos have in the building.
All right. We have breaking news in Denver sports in real time. We'll pass it along next.
The Colorado Avalanche have officially clinched the Central. A statement win over St. Louis seals the division. And the road to the Stanley Cup runs through Colorado. So what's next? The Avs are charging full speed toward the NHL's best record with a President's Trophy in sight. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
How was your break?
It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code THRIVE25 for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code THRIVE25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's THRIVE25.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Max HELOC is a game changer and can lower your bill significantly without affecting your current loan. How much savings depends on your unique situation, but you could borrow $250,000 with a payment option as low as $495 a month. Consolidate your debts and make life a lot easier. We make it easy to save, and you don't need perfect credit either. U.S. Mortgages, and our number says it all, 303 low rate.
All loans subject to approval
approval and change. License number 392126.
Hey guys, looking for TRT that's flexible enough for your lifestyle? Head to Low T Center, the #1 name in TRT. Choose from testosterone shots, pills, or enclophamine. You can get your treatment in clinic or have testosterone shipped right to your door front. You can even choose self-pay or insurance coverage for the payment option that works best for you. Boost energy, increase confidence, and bring back the heat in the bedroom. Book a free T-test now at fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
Tune in Tuesday afternoons for Injury Insights with Zach Bai and Dr. Joseph Ramos to hear the latest injury news on your local teams and around the world of sports. Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Let's talk about your hair. If you're losing it and desire it back, then do what I did and go see Dr. Tanya Pauls at Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can personally attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but close to it. They put hair where you need it the most, and bam, it grows. It's actually science. Advanced Hair has it all. Top-rated Dr. Tanya Pauls, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins regrowing the very next day. Advanced Hair even guarantees it to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation today. Call 720-459-HAIR and you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. That's 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver, and they've changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. Become inspired with the before and afters at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
Are you looking to find more fairways, hit more greens, and lower your scores? Then it's time for a custom fitting from a Shields certified master fitter. Learning from the world's top fitters at Titleist Performance Institute, Callaway Performance Center, and the Ping Proving Grounds, we have the tools and expertise to match the right clubs to your swing for a more consistent game. Elevate your play today. Visit shields.com/expert fitting to schedule your session.
Driving fun and excitement are at the Colorado Auto Show.
From family SUVs to high-end luxury and sports cars.
Hybrid innovation to trucks and off-road.
Friday through Sunday, Colorado Convention Center.
ColoradoAutoShow.com.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
It's tax time, y'all. If you want to file free, this next one's for you.
Now taxes is so free. Tax-free edition only. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple form 1040 returns only. Now this is tax.
Love that jam. Up next, commercials.
Intuit TurboTax Free Edition. See if you qualify at TurboTax.com/free. No schedules except for Earned Income Tax Credit, Child Tax Credit, Student Loan Interest, and Schedule 1A.
Cecil Lammy here for Window Nation. Spring is a great time to open your windows and wait a second, what? Windows won't open? They leak? They're cracked? They need repainting? Again? Getting top quality custom fit windows from Window Nation is easy and affordable. During the More You Buy, the More You Save sale, you could save up to 50% off. Plus, you could get them with 0 interest for 5 years. During uncertain times, one of the best investments you can make is in your home. So visit windownation.com now to book a consultation.
Lowest rate for life. It's our trademarked and most innovative product in the entire mortgage industry. Lock in your savings today, and if rates fall in the future, even as little as 0.5%, we will redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee. Always have the best rate and maximize your savings. It's only at U.S. Mortgages, and our number says it all. 303-LOW-RATE. That's 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. License number 392126.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is assist. ASSIST. Text assist to 303-713-1043 right now, and you could win a $50 Dick's Sporting Goods gift card and qualify for the $1,000 grand prize. That's Assist to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports.
Games, who 2 years ago was in the World Series, I'm pretty sure, or the ALCS. And not only did they get swept by the Rockies, they got that ass kicked. I mean, holy freaking guacamole. The score today, 9-1. The hottest offense in Major League Baseball came to Denver to die.
Ooh. Damn, Z, you're bringing all kind of stuff out there, man. But you're right.
2 runs in 2 games.
The Rockies were on a mission. They built that confidence after the first 2 wins, and they're like, hey, let's finish this out strong. And I'm going to be honest with you. When they came out with the starting pitcher, there was Lorenzen.
Yeah.
I was a little hesitant. I was like, damn, man, like the Rockies could truly sweep the Astros. And if we all remember, which I know all of us do remember, on home opener, Lorenzen did not do a great job.
I was there. I was.
You were right there, hiding away from balls.
Bloodbath in that first inning.
And so, like, I went into the game hesitant, saying, "Damn, man, like we have a chance to sweep Lorenzen's on the bump, and are we gonna win it?" And sure enough, we dominate. We won 9-1. I mean, you gotta love it if you're a Rockies fan.
Yeah, Lorenzen went 5 2/3, gave up 7 hits, just 1 earned run, just 2 walks, twice as many strikeouts, and the Rockies offensively for the series, they hit .333. All right, their average with 2 outs. Think about this: with 2 outs, their average they hit .361 for the series. They poured in 23 runs in 3 games. They put up 32 hits in 3 games, 4 home runs, 4 stolen bases in the series. Like, are you kidding me? Guys, the Rockies are playing good baseball. Flat out. Just flat out. Houston is a really awesome organization. They've been a model of consistency for years.
And they're still going to be good this year.
They're going to be good. Their offense, they came in as like the best offense in Major League Baseball. And they got clapped at Coors Field. And you just love to see it. And the Rockies are now 6-6 after 12 games.
Oh.
They are 500 for the first time in years.
I can't believe we had this conversation last week. Will the Rockies ever be 500 on the year? And they did it in April. Was it April 8th today?
Yeah.
April 8th.
Are you kidding me? They didn't win their 5th game, which they did last night. They didn't win their 5th game last year until their 30th game of the season to bring them to 5-25.
That's bad, man.
They're 6-6.
They're 6-6.
I don't know, man. Like, no, I do know. I actually do know. I do know. I'm being too delicate for an audience that doesn't want to hear it.
You switched up really fast.
There are so many people out there who are almost hating this story, who hate the Rockies.
But why? Why hate on a story on the Rockies that have been pushed down and nobody has given them a chance, and all of a sudden they're having a little bit of success, they're fun to watch, and you have people that are still mad and upset that the Rockies are winning games right now? That's insane.
I mean, from an expectation standpoint, after a historically bad season, one of the worst seasons in Major League Baseball history, for so many reasons. I think it was the worst run differential in Major League Baseball history. They got outscored by 200 more runs last year than the next worst team. It was unprecedented. The worst ERA in the history of ERA going back to 1913. And to be 6-6 in their first 12 games, and I got it. We cannot fast forward time to see what this team is going to be like in June. But I don't want to fast forward time.
I was going to say, I don't want to fast forward time. I want to be here in the moment and just watch them play these games and find ways, or for the Rockies to find ways to win these games in the 8th and 9th innings. Like, this is what I want to see, man. I want them to be interesting, and that's exactly what they're doing for us. They're making it interesting.
Speaking of run differential as well, Phil, you know how many teams in Major League Baseball have a better run differential than the Colorado Rockies right now?
How many?
5. 5. 5 teams have a better run differential than the Colorado freaking Rockies, the fighting Rocks, an assumed doormat in 2026. And you know what happens when you make assumptions? You make an ass out of you and me. All right? We said, we're going into the season with an open and receptive mind after we begged for change for years, and they gave the most dramatic change in the history of this organization. And the results out of the gate that I was not anticipating, we were saying competent and competitive.
Yeah.
Through 12 games, and that's all we have to react to, they've shattered through those expectations. This has been, through 12 games, a good baseball team.
I'll tell you this, teams that have to play the Rockies, they're not laughing at it saying, hey, it's going to be easy.
Nope.
They're scratching their head saying, damn, what's going on over there with the Rockies? Why are they able to sustain things? Why are they able to have the consistency? And it starts with the rotation. All right, the pitchers are doing a great job. The bullpen is doing a really, really good job, and that's what you're asking for. Can some guys close out games? And you know what? They have answered the bell. Can some of these guys, hit the ball? And they have been. And you know what, Z? They still have an identity, and I'm okay with their identity. They're going to steal a bunch of bases. They're going to make mistakes doing that. They're gonna swing and try to hit every ball that's thrown to them. All right, they're going to be aggressive with that, and that can help them, and that's going to hurt them a lot of times.
Definitely.
But it's going to help them also establish something, that they don't care what other people are saying or thinking about them, that they're going to go 100 miles an hour, and at some point they're going to look up and win some of these games, and that's exactly what they're doing right now, Z. They're winning these games.
Dude, they're 6-6, and in 4 of the 6 losses, they're by 1 run. We're 2 weeks into the season, and they have a series win over a Blue Jays team that they've never gone to Toronto and won a series, a Blue Jays team that was just in the World Series a season ago, and now they have swept the Houston Astros, which came in with Major League Baseball's best offense, and they scored 2 runs in 2 days. They're so pissed off that last night, in the first or second inning, I forget, they're throwing behind Troy Johnston because he pissed them off the night before his celebration on first base. These guys got under Houston's skin.
They're having fun.
They are having fun.
They're dancing. They're laughing. They're giving each other high fives. They're putting on the pimp suit. I mean, they're enjoying each other, and that's where it starts. What did we say? When you look at all these players, are they being happy around each other? Are they having fun? Are they in it with each other? And that's exactly what they're doing, man. Like they're cheering each other on, having fun.
Yeah, and last night after the game, Schaefer was asked a question framing last year's start to this year's start. He didn't want to talk about it.
This is a different team. This is a new team. It's not the same team as last year. So the more we can start moving away from talking about last year, I think the better. And that, that's not even a mention in that clubhouse. We're worried about this team right now, and we feel like we're playing good baseball right now.
RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. Where are you at? Where are you at? 12 games into the season. The Rockies are 500 for the first time in years and just swept the Astros back to Houston. We'll get to your responses next.
Get ready, Broncos country. This is the event you've been waiting for. Join Peyton Manning, Emmanuel Sanders, Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware, Aqib Talib, TJ Ward, and Coach Gary Kubiak as they reunite to relive their legendary Super Bowl 50 run. It's Night of Champions, a live, unforgettable show packed with stories, memories, and a behind-the-scenes look at one of the greatest seasons in NFL history. And Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan wants you to be there. Enter now for your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets at DenverSports.com/champions. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime night with the heroes of Super Bowl 50.
Everything is getting more expensive. gas, groceries, and especially rent, which can go up every single year. But as a homeowner, you have a secret weapon. While the world gets pricier, a fixed rate mortgage stays exactly the same. That stability isn't just peace of mind, it's your family's financial foundation. American Financing understands home ownership creates wealth. Every monthly payment builds equity and stacks your net worth on autopilot. It's how the middle class actually wins the long game. Your home is a flexible asset. You can live in it, rent it out for passive income, or pass it down to your children. Renting gives you none of that. American Financing salary-based mortgage consultants can help you get pre-qualified with no upfront fees. Call American Financing today and get a pre-qualification letter in 24 hours or less. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net. Secure your rate, build your wealth, and get the cash you need. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
I remember brushing my hair and looking down and thinking, oh my gosh, do I have any hair left?
I used to look at women with thick, beautiful hair and think, why doesn't my hair look like that?
My thinning hair is making me feel so old.
If you want thick, healthy, gorgeous hair, then you need Hair Volume from New Nordic. With clinically proven ingredients like apple extract, biotin, and millet, Hair Volume nourishes your hair follicles to promote thicker, healthier-looking hair. Say goodbye to shedding, thin, and dull hair, and hello to thick, healthy hair with Hair Volume.
Since taking Hair Volume, the shedding has all but stopped.
Now, instead of being jealous of other women's hair, I have friends who are jealous of mine.
My hairdresser couldn't believe the difference in my hair. Now she's using Hair Volume too.
Available as a tablet or delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com, or find Hair Volume in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. In a world where dealerships come and go, one name has stood the test of time. Bozarth and Celebration Chevrolet, proudly serving Colorado since 1987 as the longest owned Chevy dealer in the state. From a huge selection of new Chevys to quality pre-owned vehicles, plus a team committed to treating you right, it's no wonder generations of Colorado drivers keep coming back. To see all the specials, visit BozarthAuto.com today. Again, that's BozarthAuto.com. Bozarth and Celebration Chevrolet. Experience you trust, service you deserve since 1987.
Overpaying for cleaning that still isn't done right? Pike Janitorial has served Denver businesses since 1994 with professionally supervised commercial cleaning that gets done right the first time. Offices, warehouses, medical facilities. They show up, handle it, and you don't have to think about it. And they'll beat your current cleaner's price by 10%. Guaranteed. Better service, lower cost, no headaches. Call 303-306-0290 today. Pike Janitorial. Clean you can count on.
Men, we all know how important sex is in a relationship, both for you and your partner. But erectile dysfunction ruins sex, which can often have serious impacts on your relationship as well. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if ED is a problem in your life, you understand the impacts it has on you and the one you love. But I'm here to tell you that ED is a treatable condition, and almost without exception, you can have really good sex again. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men with protocols that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, good sex will be the norm. You could even last up to an hour or more and bring a level of intimacy for you and your partner that might just astound you both. It's time to have really good sex again, so call us. Just $99 gets you blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
I'm Rob Wilhite, and for almost 50 years, my firm has stood beside families recovering from car accidents. We live here, we work here, and we fight for people here. Over the years, we've helped our clients win more than $1 billion, giving them the compensation they deserve. If you've been injured in an accident, you don't have to face it alone. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WillHiteWins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or WillHiteWins.com. We're here for Coloradans when it matters most.
Imagine a world where you can leave the house and take your Wi-Fi speeds with you. Thanks to Xfinity Mobile, it's not just a fantasy. Just picture it. You're at your kid's soccer game streaming the other game in 4K. Just like that, in the airport, download a cozy family comedy in a snap with Wi-Fi Power Boost. What if the places you had to be felt more like the places where you wanted to be? That's the magic of Xfinity Mobile. Reliable Wi-Fi and 5G when you need it. Xfinity, imagine that. Cut your mobile bill in half with 2 lines of unlimited. Visit XfinityMobile.com to learn more. Restrictions apply. Xfinity Internet required. Savings based on promotional rate for 2 lines of Xfinity Mobile Unlimited versus regular rates of 2 lines of T-Mobile Experience More, Verizon Unlimited Plus, and AT&T Starter as of 2/10/26. Taxes, fees, extra after promotion. Regular rates apply.
When the Nuggets are knocking down threes, you score too. If Denver hits 15 or more three-pointers, you score a free 28-ounce Gatorade Lower Sugar the very next day at your friendly King Soopers. Gatorade Lower Sugar is scientifically formulated with Gatorade's #1 proven electrolyte blend and has 75% less sugar than Gatorade Thirst Quencher and no artificial flavors, sweeteners, or colors. Big shots deserve next-level hydration. Only at King Soopers.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, TU Hockey skates with Michigan with pregame starting at 6.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, so the Colorado Rockies have swept the Houston Astros.
They rocking out.
They are 500 for the first time in years. In years. Did I read, and this is all happening in real time, so let me know if you guys caught this as well. I think they put on the screen that it was the first time that the Rockies were 500 12 games into the season or more since 2022.
Yeah, I saw that too, right there on the screen. So, yeah.
I mean, that's again, 2022 in my mind sounds recent, but
we're in 2026.
Yeah.
Dang.
Like, that was years ago. I want to get to a couple of these responses. We're going to hear from Warren Schaefer here in just a second. John from Denver. I've been listening to the Fan for years now. This is the most I've heard about the Rockies on your station that I can remember. I think there's a genuine interest in the team this year. I'm excited to see if they can turn it around. Thanks for keeping us updated on a team that the fans want to win. Keep up the good work. Thanks for that.
That's what I'm talking about, John.
Love
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a nice text.
Yeah.
A rarity. And another one. I've never been truly upset with players or managers. In my opinion, all the bad seasons have been on the ownership, not doing what needs to be done. But at least now at 500, I'm still proud of the players, not the higher-ups. Well, I would just say this. All the higher-ups have changed.
Yeah, it's different, man.
Dick Monfort is no longer running the Colorado Rockies. He's not.
Oh, Walker right now just walking around just, what's up, Pops? Smiling.
I mean, like, that's a good question. Like, how does Dick feel on a day like today? Probably a better way I could frame that.
How does it feel today?
How does Dick Monfort feel inside? No.
Wait, Rocky Mountain Miss, because it come help.
What is his vibe today after his son took over in the first 2 weeks?
What's Dick's vibe?
Yeah, I mean, is he genuinely happy for his son? Like you would think he'd have to be.
You know what? I think he really is. I think he's genuinely happy for his kids. Now, or his kid. Now, if it was somebody different, then I think you're looking at it a little bit differently. Like, I might be a little jealous because you're doing something I couldn't do. But this is my son we're talking about. A guy that has been working under me, that has a chance to do something that I want done, and that's win a lot of games and make Colorado Rockies, that is, relevant again.
Yes. Nick in Edgewater says, I'm ready to be hurt by the Rockies again. I don't care what happens. I'm having fun right now. Nick, that's where I'm at. I have no idea what's next. I have no idea. The only thing that I know for sure is that this is fun right now.
That's it.
They are competitive. They're competent. They're 500 for the first time in years. There's only 5 teams in pro ball who have a better run differential than the team that plays At 20th and Blake?
Come on now.
I mean, goodness gracious.
And let's be real. None of us know what's going to happen next in our life the next day.
No.
You got to be in the moment right now, and that's what we're doing. Rockies are rocking out, finding ways to win. They beat the Astros. They beat the Blue Jays. I mean, come on.
Yeah. I got to give a shout out, Big Perm. He listens. He texts in all the time, and he says, "Come on, ZB. I thought y'all wouldn't be so hyperbolic with the Rockies. Rockies are that kid that hasn't turned in his homework for years, and now it's his senior year. They start turning in homework for 2 weeks, and you want to crown him. No. Big Perm, my man, and I love you. We're doing the opposite. We're openly saying we have no idea what's next.
Yeah.
We don't know if they're going to win 65 games." Or they're going to win 60 or 55. Like, I don't know. No one here is saying what the Rockies are about to do. We are simply reacting to what the Rockies have done.
But I'll tell you what, a better start than they had last year. All right, they have different guys on this team. It's not just the same team. It's not the running back Rockies. There's different guys in the rotation, all right, coming out of the bullpen. So it's a little bit different. It's a different feeling with some of these older veterans that are around that are saying, hey, look, we want to win games. We want to see people go to the ballpark with their Rocky jerseys on, cheering for us, not just for the scenery in the hot dog. What do they call it, the Godzilla or something?
I have no idea.
I thought you ate one of those, but one of the big hot dogs that they have, and a beer. Like, you don't want that. You want to be able to have your hot dog, drink that beer in, and watch a competitive ball game, and that's exactly what's happening.
Someone says, hey, I disagree with that John texter completely. Wait until the Rockies are good. Until then, you waste your time. That's from Chris and Golden. Dude, look, the Rockies are good right this second. Right this second. I've watched every game. They're competitive. It's a competitive product. They're winning games. They just swept the Astros. They took a series from the Blue Jays in Toronto. They were just representing the AL in the World Series. Like, what I'm watching, now their record, in 12 games, they're not 10-2. I understand that. But again, this goes back, man. This goes back to the expectations coming into the season.
That's why we talked about them. That's why we talked about, like, what are you expecting from the Rockies? I know I said, hey, look, I'm not looking at wins and losses. I'm looking at is the team getting better? Are there flashes from the youth movement? And right now, man, I watch these games, Z, and I get mad when the Rockies lose. And I know it's in the moment, but they're so close to winning some of these other games. And it's like it's right there for the taking. And then when they finally do win these games, which they're doing now, you can't help but get excited. I'm jumping up and down. I feel like a little kid again.
Well, look, I think we just have fun with it. It's fun right now.
That's it.
Like, you don't like the fun? It's fun. It's fun. And so, you always say, be where your feet are. Okay. Well, guess what? From an expectation standpoint, Phillip Lindsay, this has been gangbusters to start the year. And I just want to, we talked about yesterday, I just want to keep reading the book. That chapter was fun. Let's turn the page. Let's see what happens in the Padres series. And so,
Well, I'm going to read. You're going to listen. You like to listen.
I listen. I don't read, but I listen. All right. So this is fun. We're going to continue to talk about it. Warren Schaefer speaking for the first time just a second ago. You'll hear from the manager, the skipper. What he was asked: did you see the improvement of this team happening this quickly? And we'll play his response for you coming up next.
The Denver Broncos are staring down this year's NFL draft, and one thing's impossible to ignore. They need a tight end. Not a project, not a maybe, a real weapon. Someone who can stretch the field, win the seam, give Bo Nix a safety blanket this offense flat out doesn't have. Because last season, the production wasn't there. The red zone threat wasn't there. And in Sean Payton's system, that position's supposed to be a problem for defenses, not for Denver. So the question heading into draft night is simple. Are the Broncos willing to invest a draft pick in a tight end who becomes the missing piece in an offense that's begging for a matchup nightmare?
I want a tight end.
I know.
That's what I want. Bad. I've been wanting a tight end for a long time. You got to find one in the draft. It's just the way it is. If you want to try to get a great one, you got to find that guy in the draft. So sign me up for that.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And I know there's at least 50 of you listening to me right now who are thinking about popping that question here soon. And if that is the case, which I'm pretty sure it is here because I can read everybody's mind, then you know you need a diamond. So let me save you some time and money by telling you something as simple as this. Whether you're starting your next chapter with your perfect diamond engagement ring, or celebrating a new milestone, or finally just doing something special for yourself for once, this is where it's going to begin for you. Imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, making you feel just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, in the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secret to the business with you, but they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love, of course, by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue, and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
Jacob's Law and 303 Law 4040. I want to tell you about one of the cases I'm most proud of. And it's not because the number is eye-popping, although it is. It's because the clients trusted us to get them justice, and we delivered for them. Our clients were a wonderful couple, weren't looking to get rich. In fact, they kept saying, Dan, we're not looking to set any records here. But they were seriously injured, and despite promising to take care of them, when it came time to do the right thing, the insurance companies played hardball. We set it for trial and wound up getting $8.5 million. Plus, my lovely wife, Kimberly, was able to get all of their medical bills wiped out, putting hundreds of thousands of extra dollars in the clients' pockets. We were proud to help because our clients were good-hearted people who deserved justice. We hope you never need us, but if you do, we are here to help at 303 Law 4040, where you always get to meet directly with me and my lovely wife, Kimberly. Save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
Still haven't filed your taxes? Hey, you're not the only one. A lot of good people fall behind. But here's the thing. The longer you wait, the harder the IRS can hit back. Penalties stack up. Interest piles on. The letters get more aggressive. None of it magically disappears. It's why I always tell folks, call my friends at Advanced Tax Solutions. These are not generalists. They don't dabble in tax problems. They live in this world. Resolving IRS issues is all they do. Maybe you're 1 year behind. Maybe you're 10. Maybe you've got unfiled returns, wage garnishments, bank levies, or you're just losing sleep wondering what the IRS is going to do next. Their licensed tax professionals can step in fast, talk to the IRS for you, stop the stress, and start putting a real plan in place. And listen, waiting never makes it better. Every day you delay is another day the IRS gets to tighten the screws. One quick call to Advanced Tax Solutions, that could be the start of a quick resolution. So take control of your tax situation before the IRS does. Reach out to Advanced Tax Solutions today and breathe again.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You need a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. Switch today. Get started with a great offer as low as $60 a month. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Offer ends 6/1/26. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet and security edge. 1-year agreement, eco-bill, and autopay required. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Ent is becoming Wings. It's a big change. But we're not changing the way we show up for our communities, or our personal service, or the people who provide it. We're not changing locations. We're not even replacing the coffee machine. But we are changing our name. We'll probably even get some new pens. It'll be a big day for pen people. Ent Credit Union, insured by NCUA.
Stoker from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Through April, when you install a new cold climate heat pump system with my team at ROX, you get a free whole home water filtration system. How about that? Cleaner air, cleaner water. That's a winning combination. Upgrade your home's comfort and take advantage of this huge offer while it lasts, but only from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair, ROX.
Rocks, heating and air.
Questions about youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, develops better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. Info at positivecoach.org.
Stream Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Dover and Cecil, The Drive, and all your favorite shows on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan app. Powered by Advanced Tax Solutions. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
The Colorado Rockies just swept the Houston Astros right out of Denver. Just swept their pathway to the airport.
Got the best broom that they had and swept that ass.
And we'll hear from Warren Schaefer in just a second. But first, you can join the 2015 Denver Bronco greats: Peyton Manning, Emmanuel Sanders, Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware, Aqib Talib, TJ Ward, Gary Kubiak. They're going to look back at their Super Bowl 50 run. Night of Champions is a live show that will feature a dynamic panel discussion, football stories and memories, giving fans an all-access look at one of the greatest seasons in football history. And Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan wants you to be there. You could enter now at DenverSports.com/champions for your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets. All right. There's so much reaction on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043, and keep it coming, because I think a day like today, at least for me personally, is a day that I'm more interested in than most days of just really tapping into what our audience is thinking and feeling, because even as recent as yesterday, when the Rockies locked in a series win with that W last night, and I remember tweeting, I have a little stick, Rockies an assumed doormat, right? And talking about how impressive they were and winning the series.
Yep.
It's still a lot of hatred. And I understand. I do. I'm not going to tell another fan how to fan. Each person can make their own choice. And if the Rockies are...
But why is... But I guess I can't get with that, because I don't understand why there's so much hatred with the team that's trying to turn the corner. And there's a bunch of guys, not everybody, but there's a bunch of guys that they weren't on the team last year.
Totally.
And so now they're trying to find ways to win games for us fans so that we can be optimistic and we can have fun and we can talk about this. So why so many people are hating and mad is confusing to me.
Well, I think that for a lot of people, and each person is different, but I think for a lot of people, the trust has just been broken to such a degree. And when you get emotionally invested and you're on a trip, you're on a road with that team for years.
Yeah.
And the trust is lost over and over and over again. And the ownership that has been in place with Dick Monfort, he drives people nuts. If you put a poll out, he might be like the most hated person in Denver sports over the last decade or so, maybe longer than that. This is a team that has been around for 30 years that's never won their own division.
Yeah.
Ever.
No, that's crazy to think. You're right.
In 2007, they went to a World Series and got swept, but they've never won their own division. So for
But there's so much change, though, right now, Z.
I agree. And this is why, for the first time in years, I'm allowing myself to be invested again. I'm watching the games in a way that I honestly didn't at all a year ago. And so, again, each person's different, but because, and I go back to, and I know I'm repeating myself from past shows, but if someone like myself is begging for external change for years and you undergo the greatest overhaul in the history of the franchise times 10, times 10. Dick Monfort no longer in charge. Paul DePodesta, president. You bring in a manager from the Dodgers. You Bud Black gets let go last year. You promote Warren Schaefer. You have new base coaches. It's just the whole thing is different. So you can't. I'm speaking, I guess, for myself. I can't have it both ways. I can't beg for change, them do that and some, and then not give them a chance. And then when I give them a chance, it's a highly competitive product. And they're 500 for the first time in years, 6-6. 4 of their 6 losses have been by 1 run. And so, but I'm only on my own journey, so if someone, because I've seen a bunch of it, that, hey, I read a text earlier, when it gets to summertime, when it's 100 degrees and they're still around 500, okay, then I'll start. Okay. Someone else said they have to be competitive for 2 to 3 years for me to get emotionally invested. Okay. That's your choice.
One's wild. That one's wild.
But for me, and it sounds like for you, you're open and receptive and willing to at least see what the journey is all about without predicting what's to come. I have no freaking idea what's coming next. But this is fun. Sports should be fun. This team is fun.
I don't care what's happening next. All I care about is what's happening that next day. And so for the Rockies, they're on the road going against San Diego. So what does that look like? You sweep the Astros at home. That was a great feeling. All right, so now what do you do on the road? How do you look? How does Dollander look when he's back on the mound, right? There's questions like that need to be answered, and we get to see it through. And then what happens if the Rockies win tomorrow? Then what? Then what are people going to say? There's always going to be some doubters out there, some haters, which is rightfully so, I understand. And let me say this. I don't believe that the Rockies are still going to win 90 games, but I'm having fun. They're interesting. I get to sit there with my 5-year-old and explain things to him as I learn certain things as well. So that's fun. That's something that me and my son could do together.
We were doing that last night, Phil.
I mean, come on. It's bringing us together. I told my wife yesterday, I said, man, I need to be more in the moment with my son. All right, this is the time to do it. She said, well, sit him down and watch the Rockies game. And you know what, Z? That's exactly what we did. And we had fun together.
Yep.
And we got to cheer when the Rockies won last night, when Sensa put it to rest, right? Closed everything out. These are things that the Rockies are doing for me, man. I get to have more fun and more engaging conversations with my own son.
Yeah, and honestly, just to get sentimental.
Yeah.
For my money, there is no better sport for fathers and sons than baseball.
You know what, man? I don't think you're wrong on that one. It's digestible. You can have the conversation. It's slower.
Yeah, it's slower pace where you get to really talk about it while it's happening. And so, coincidentally, we decided. So my son's birthday is on July 22nd, and he said, because we've been watching so much of these games, he said, Dad, can we go to a Rockies game for my birthday? And I was just like, one, file that under things that has never been said at our house. And he's 7. He'll be turning 8 here this summer. Holy smokes. It's the first time I actually thought about that. That's crazy.
He runs the household now.
And so Phil, you know what I did? I'm like, well, let me look up the games around your birthday.
Yeah.
And sure as you know what, I pull it up, and his birthday is on a Wednesday, and the Rockies have a game at 1:10. I will not be at work on Wednesday, July 22nd. Yeah. I'll be at Coors Field with my son for his birthday watching the Rockies.
For sure. You're going to miss work.
And hopefully by that time, they're still competent and competitive the way that they have been through 12 games. And if I told you, hey, if I told you 2 weeks ago, hey, 12 games into the season, the Rockies are going to have a better record than the Boston Red Sox.
Holla at me when you're sober.
Right? Better record than the Toronto Blue Jays, who just represented the American League in the World Series.
You're dreaming.
Right? And what if I said that, hey, only 5 teams, after 12 games, only 5 teams in Major League Baseball are going to have a better run differential than the Colorado Rockies?
I would say no way in hell.
Of course. And I would have agreed with you. Despite going into the season open and receptive to what the new product was going to look like, I ultimately would have agreed with you. And I feel like I keep having to say this as a disclaimer. I don't have to, but the context of how bad they've been, it almost requires it.
Yeah.
The bottom may drop out. But based on the 12-game sample size thus far, I just don't think it's going to. Now, there's probably going to be some middle ground. They're going to go on a 5-game losing streak, but they may go on a 5-game win streak.
Look what they're doing right now.
Right.
Maybe that's the 5-game win streak coming up for us, right? That the pitchers are all healthy. They're fresh.
Well, they're 1 win away.
And they are.
They've won 4 games in a row right now. So here was Warren Schaefer, all right, full-time skipper this year. All right, for the first time after being the interim a year ago. He was asked if the improvement of the Rockies is happening faster than he thought it would.
No, we had a good spring training. We felt like we were building something as a group, as a unit. And no, this is the kind of baseball I expect them to play, and they expect themselves to play.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Now, do you believe him, though? Like, let's be real.
No, I don't.
Why do you not believe that he believes that?
That's no shade or disrespect. And
for sure.
You know, and obviously I'm speculating. I'm not in the recesses of his brain, right? And maybe he did see some, because they were playing some good ball in the spring.
Yeah.
But did he have them going into Toronto and knocking off the AL champs? Probably not. Did he have them, sweeping Houston that has been to 7 ALCSs and 4 World Series since 2017? Probably not.
No.
But and again, on the RamosLaw.com text line, I'll read a couple here. Montana Clint says, I'm 100% here for the Rockies. The bar was admittedly low, but boy, have they already cleared it. Damn the record. They finally look like a major league club again.
There you go.
That is so well said. They look like a major league baseball team.
They're competent. They're competitive. They're finding ways to stay in these games, have a chance to win. The bullpen is doing a great job. All right, rotation's doing a great job. These young guys like TJ Rumfield, they're stepping up.
He's been great.
He has.
Dude, the way that dude battles in the box, and there's a lot of guys on the team that can actually learn from him. Man, he makes pitchers work. He works counts. He's got a disciplined eye, and he has been such a fun watch. Rumfield has.
And you know who else has been fun to watch is Ezekiel Tovar.
Sure.
Defensively, we know how great he is.
And I have to say this, he did have an error last night.
He did.
But as they said on the broadcast, like, you may not see another one for 30 games.
Just because he's so consistent. And now that he's healthy and hopefully he can stay healthy, he's fun to watch, man. So that's another guy. He's a glue guy that's he hasn't hit his prime yet. And so when he does, what does that look like, right? These are the things that we're talking about throughout this journey. All right, do you see those flashes? Can they stay healthy? Can they put games together? And that's what they're doing right now. They're putting games together, series together, and it's fun to watch.
On the RamosLaw.com text line, when the ownership of the Rockies has let the fans down over and over and over again, it's going to take more than 12 games to change my mind. And that's the first time that person has ever texted into the radio station. Okay? 366. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for listening. Thank you for checking in. And I will not tell you how you should feel, because there is merit in what you're saying. All right? I'm just saying that I'm just going to live in the moment, and I'm just going to enjoy the product that's in front of me. This is not Click with Adam Sandler. I can't fast forward and see what life is going to be like in 1 month for this group. But this is fun, and sports are fun, and they're putting a fun product. Guys, they just pounded Houston. Like, they didn't just win, they pounded them to the tune of 9-1. Last night's game was 5-1, right? And so Kyle Freeland, the guy looked like the guy who finished 4th in the NL Cy Young in 2018.
My man had a quality start, the first one of the year for the Rockies. All right, and that's another one, right, where I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn, like, this is crazy. Like, I'm sitting here playing the NFL, but now I'm done. You have Kyle Freeland, who went to the DPS TJ, and I'm telling my son, I know him.
Yep.
I know him.
Yep.
And it's fun to watch him on the mound doing his thing still. And, he's bringing the energy. And it was great for him to feel that momentum and that success, too, for himself. Because I guarantee you, Kyle Freeland at times has doubted himself.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
And say, man, do I even have anything left? And then when you go out there and you put a performance like that last night, it's like, yes, you do, man. You still have it. And as long as you stay healthy and you have that confidence, it's going to help out and it's going to help push other people to want to compete with you. This is what it's about. It's even for the players that are in that locker room. They're competing with each other.
Sure.
You're trying to find out these guys that are going to stick with the team long enough to see this through. So hopefully one of these days in a couple years from now, they are in the playoffs.
Here is Warren Schaefer from moments ago. If the brand of baseball that was played today is what they're aiming for.
Yeah, I thought that was fundamentally sound, with sack bunts involved, basic bunts involved, sack flies involved, taking our walks, some really, really tough walks we took today. Goody took a couple of them. Rumfield, big walk. That's what we want to do. We want to pass the baton. We want to execute with runners on third, less than 2. That was good. Very good today.
And that's what's been vastly improved here as of late. Yeah. I think the strikeout count yesterday was, 4. I want to say, I mean, they have been just much more disciplined at the plate. It's been a massive problem for years. Chasing pitches out of the zone. It's been a disaster, really, in that department. Runners in scoring position, it's been a disaster. But so far, so good. The pitching's been good. The bullpen's been good. The offense has been good.
The look has been good with the pimp suit.
Yeah, and if you don't know what we're talking about with the pimp suit, they went to the thrift store. I don't know who actually went, but they bought this purple fur coat that, if you get a knock, it does look cozy. If you if you get a home run, you're coming back to the dugout. They're wanting to put that thing on you. So I like it. The group's having fun. I watched Kyle Freeland smile on the mound after they challenged a third strike call and won it. And the smile that came across his face, I'm going to keep it a buck. Haven't seen it in a few years.
Oh, I know. What about the challenge thing, man? I actually love
Me too.
The ABS. I love what's going on with that. It holds the umps accountable.
Yes, it does.
It's like, man, you have to call a good game.
Yep.
Call it how you see it.
And some of these umpires have been embarrassed. They've been embarrassed.
Yes, already.
And so, okay. Really good stuff, man. Really good stuff. A 9-1 win for the Rocks. 6-6, 500, 12 games into a season for the first time since 2022. That was a presidential term ago, and it feels good. It's a competitive product. As I was picking out my clothes for a third straight day, said, give me my Rocky stuff. Haven't worn this yet this season, the little hoodie I'm wearing. Give me my stuff. My stuff's coming out of the closet. It's been buried, and for good reason. But there's a little bit of resurrection. Like rising from the ashes like a phoenix here. We'll see if they can actually start flapping those wins, get above 500 as they go to San Diego, and we'll preview that tomorrow. All right, this is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive, powered by Regen RX. Woo! All right, really good stuff.
By the way, man, you're getting a little older. The joints are swelling up. Regen RX. It's a place for you, man. Go out there, check your joints out. Do what you got to do, Z.
I'm actually doing all right. I'm actually doing
running
all right.
around with your kids, being explosive. Like, you need that.
Yeah, I went for a little 4-mile walk run before the show.
Right,
so
did you do some monkey bar pull-ups?
No monkey bars, bunch of push-ups, bunch of stretching.
Were you in prison?
I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm doing that prison workout. Yes, I'm doing that prison workout. Hey, I'll read one more text, and I want to shift gears here. You two freaking idiots.
Damn.
Sound like you're on the Rockies payroll. Why don't you do Denver a favor and go work for the Rockies and the idiot Momfords? All right. Hey, dude, you want to feel like that? That's fine.
Prerogative, huh?
That's your choice. We completely eliminated the Rockies from our programming. We stopped talking about them. I didn't think it was cute that they were, nearly the worst team ever.
It wasn't funny.
I didn't think it was funny or cute, humorous that they had a run differential of 424 runs in the negative, 200 runs worse than the next worst team in the league. I didn't think it was fun to talk about that they had the worst ERA in the history of ERA that goes back to like World War I era, okay? I didn't think any of that stuff was funny. So I'm like, dude, like,
we're not talking about
it. No, we're not even going to give them the attention. But they have organizationally met the moment in a way that I had been begging for years. And the product looks good, so we're going to react to it. If you want to flip the station when it comes, and we're talking about the Rockies sweeping the Houston Astros, I guess that's your prerogative. But it's a fun story right now. It's a fun story. Okay. Shifting gears.
Man called us some idiots.
that's business as usual on the RamosLaw.com text line. So today, the Denver Nuggets will try to accomplish something that hasn't been done in 13 years. That's win 10 in a row. And it's hard to believe that someone like Michael Malone, someone like Nikola Jokic,
Jamal Murray,
they've never experienced a 10-game win streak. Now, it's really hard to do, but a lot of teams are able to do this. And I would just venture that they're probably one of, and I don't know this for sure, but just anecdotally covering the league the way that I have for years, I bet they're like among 2 or 3, 4 teams that hasn't had a 10-game win streak in 13 years.
I know you probably don't know, but like, why do you think that is? having Jokic, the greatest player to play the game, Jamal Murray. All right, and Jamal Murray still has been a great duo with Jokic, and then you have Michael Malone. Like, there's been really, really good teams here in Denver where you're winning 50 games in a year, and yet you haven't been able to put 10 games together, like consecutive games together. Interesting.
Yeah, they just always, for one reason or another, just run out of steam on the 10th game. They've done 9 straight wins plenty of times, including right now. So this is technically tied for the longest win streak the Denver Nuggets have had in 13 seasons. And so it's great. It's awesome. You got to win this 10th tonight. You cannot fumble the 3rd seed. You can't do it. And so this game tonight shouldn't have a sense of urgency, but it kind of does, because this Memphis Grizzlies team, who is absolute dog water, all right, they're 5-25 since early February, 5-25 in their last 30 games. Somehow, some way, one of those 5 wins is against these Nuggets. And so the whole team has basically been shut down organizationally. They're not trying to win.
They're tanking.
But the guys that will be on the court tonight, I pinky promise you, are going to play as hard as they possibly can.
Well, explain the guys that are on the court, because I don't know any of the guys that are going to be on the court for the Grizzlies. Like, literally, it's a bunch of guys that you're just wondering, like, how did they get on this team? Like, they're coming from all around, whether it's the G League or just sitting there. It's interesting that the Nuggets are going up against a bunch of no-name guys. I don't want to be disrespectful, but that's what it is.
Yeah, and if I said to just an average, basketball fan, hey, Lucas Williamson, is Lucas Williamson a member of the Memphis Grizzlies, or is he a senator from South Carolina?
I'm going to say senator.
Final
answer.
So unless you're like a diehard Loyola Chicago fan, you don't know Lucas Williamson. You don't know these guys. All right, this was their starting 5 in the last game. Oliver McKence Prosper, Cedric Howard, Gigi Jackson, Lucas Williamson, Cam Spencer. There's Derek Whitehead, Toby Okani. Like, people aren't going to know these guys unless you're a Memphis fan or you're just a sicko. But I can promise you, the same way that happened about 3 weeks ago, the guys who are on the court are going to play a 10 out of 10 maximum level of intensity. And in their game on Sunday against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I can't believe this is true, I've never heard of this before, that at one point in the game, the 5 players on the court, one of them was on a 2-way contract, so he can toggle back and forth between Memphis and then their G League team.
Yeah.
And the 4 other players were on 10-day contracts. I've never heard of that before. I've been watching the NBA my entire life and following it, reading about it, ingesting all the – I've never heard of anything like that before.
So there's no excuse tonight for the Denver Nuggets. They need to get the job done. And it should be a game where by the end of the third, going into the fourth quarter, Jokic, Jamal Murray, AG, if he plays, okay, I know we're going to have a conversation if he should or not. They should be out resting, laughing, enjoying, drinking some Gatorade. Like, that should be the mindset tonight for the Denver Nuggets. You're fighting for something still. You said it earlier, the 3 seed. All right, you're also trying to establish yourself with the unit that's been together now for almost a month, and that's the starting 5, right? CB, Jamal Murray, Jokic, AG, Cam Johnson. Like, you only have 3 games left before the big show begins, and that's the postseason. So, like, go out there, handle business for Jokic, man. Don't mess around like you did against the Jazz, where you decide that you don't want to shoot and that you don't even want to look at the rim, like the rim did something to you. Go into this game, establish yourself, put up 25, 30 points if you have a chance and opportunity, and he will, because there's a bunch of no-name players on that court, and then you go from there. I don't want to see this where you get to the end of the game and you're going into overtime with the Grizzlies. Like, you just went to overtime with the Portland Trail Blazers. That's unacceptable if that happens, Z.
It would absolutely be unacceptable. You could make the argument it was unacceptable what happened against Portland.
Yes.
I mean, this team was down by 16 points with 8 minutes left against not a good Blazers team in a gotta-have-it game. And luckily they pulled it out. But this game tonight, and I can't believe this is true as well, guys, tonight's matchup is one of the largest spreads in the history of NBA basketball. The history of the sport. The Denver Nuggets are a 23.5-point favorite. And so now, like, I want to say, and I like, look, the Nuggets are going to win this game. If the Nuggets don't win, If the Nuggets don't win tonight, what will I do? I'll shave. No, I'm not going to say
No,
shave my eyebrows.
don't you, dude? The Nuggets have been kind of flirting with things like this all year. Z.
They have.
So don't make no bet, man.
The last game that they lost was to these Grizzlies. With Oliver Maxence Prosper and Cedric Howard and Gigi Jackson and Jalen Wells. Those were 4 of the 5 starters, along with Ty Jerome, who won't play tonight. Okay, I'm not going to put myself through anything. But I'm just saying, dude, like...
What do you like to say if they're half sober?
If they're half sober, they should win. Like, you can even have a couple pops before the game. You can even have a couple, but if you're not hammered, you should go out and win this game as a 23.5-point favorite. But I have to mention this. A part of the reason why the Denver Nuggets just went into overtime with the Portland Trailblazers is because the Trailblazers made 25 threes.
Man.
I misspoke that day. I said that it was the most threes in the NBA this season. I was wrong. There was a game that was played within the last 4 days, that a team made 29 threes and set the NBA record. The most threes that have ever been made in a history of an NBA game happened within the last 3 days. And the team that made the 29 threes is the team that Denver's playing tonight. So, yes, the Nuggets should win. The Nuggets should obliterate them. They should send them into the sun. They should be wearing the grizzly head like a hunter, a big game hunter would after killing one of those big bears.
Z, you would think. You would think.
So you have to have the right approach. And I say this phrase, quite often. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So if you don't work hard and you get outworked by these guys who are fighting for their NBA existence on 10-day contracts, they're going to be playing as hard as they can. Will the Nuggets meet the moment in terms of intensity? That remains to be seen.
See, all the Nuggets need to do is play good defense. Don't let these guys have open threes. And you said it yesterday where it's like, hey, a guy in the NBA, no matter what position he is playing, all right, if you leave him open, he has a 40% chance of making that shot, correct? Or
41% this year, NBA players, all positions together on open threes.
So there you go. So for the Denver Nuggets, who have been playing horrible defense this year, let's be real, they've been very inconsistent.
Very bad.
All right, they can let the Grizzlies hang around if the Grizzlies get hot from the three-point line, which if you're the Memphis Grizzlies, that's exactly what you're going to do. Your thought process is shoot everything that's open. Shoot at everything, right? Shoot every three-point shot so that you can stay in this game. So for the Nuggets, please just play defense. Please play smothering defense because that's what you're going to have to do in the postseason. So get ready. Play like you're going to play in the postseason because you got 3 games left. And if you play your hardest here, by the third quarter, you will be sitting your butt on the bench, having yourself some Gatorade, looking in the crowd, and laughing with each other.
Yeah, people watching.
People watching.
That's what the starting 5 should be doing in the fourth quarter. Organic load management and watching your teammates finish a blowout. That's what should happen. This was the worst loss of the year. This was the worst Nuggets loss of the year back 3 weeks ago. A 125-118 loss in Memphis. It was Memphis's 24th win of the season. They are trying to lose organizationally. You got to go win the game. Now, Aaron Gordon.
AG.
Aaron Gordon. Do you want to see Aaron Gordon play tonight?
You know what, Z? Yeah. AG, I don't think he's on the injury report unless something popped up. All right, you got a couple games left. He played anyway. He needs to build this momentum. Jokic is going to be out there. Jamal Murray is going to be out there. And if you find a way to do and handle your business like you should, AG will be out in the third quarter, fourth quarter for sure. So, yes, I want to see AG out there just getting the rhythm down, putting some cardio in.
All right.
What about you? I mean, you've been sitting here telling me you want to see these guys play.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling now?
He's still not 100% physically. I know he's not.
He'll tell you that. He'll tell you he's 100%.
He's definitely not. He's definitely not. You see, he got thrown an alley-oop the other night. He barely got it over the rim.
Yeah, I did see that. CB, right?
Yep. I would say no. No, I don't want to see Aaron Gordon. You turn around and play Oklahoma City at home on Friday.
But is Oklahoma City going to be playing their cats? Are they going to be playing the big dogs?
Here's the thing. Maybe not, but Oklahoma City is constructed in such a way when even they don't play their big dogs, like their depth is insane. Like you're going to have to show up and play that game. Like that's not a birthright because, you know, SGA may be sitting. If I were David Adelman, and here's the reason why. You've had minute restrictions in place for him, and you've ignored them. What's a minute restriction? Like what?
Well, David Adelman, he doesn't believe in a minute restriction. He just says it.
Why have a minute restriction if you completely ignore it for back-to-back games on Saturday and then on Monday, both overtime wins?
Because you panic. You panic and you know you need those wins.
Yeah, you feel
like,
desperate.
Screw it.
Yeah.
You know, my job's on the line.
Aaron Gordon's services should not be required tonight. And because you blew through a minute restriction in back-to-back games, I think you try to make it up here with some load management against a terrible, terrible basketball team. So that's how I would operate. We'll see how they actually proceed with that. By the way, you mentioned the defense here a couple seconds ago and how bad it's been.
Defense wins championships, baby.
In the last 10 games, the Nuggets have been allowing 122 points a game. That would rank 27th in a league of 30 now.
If you go into the postseason like that, that will get you beat.
Well, there's 3 games left.
What I'm saying is, like, you got to at least flip that switch full time. Like, you know, like you can't have these games where it's like you're averaging 122 points.
Yeah.
But you're right. You're right. That's who they are.
And that's who they've been. I mean, they are really bad in that department. Will we see Payton Watson again before the playoffs?
Ooh, with this hamstring thing.
Because I mean, with only 3 games left, like it's coming into question here.
Yeah, I don't believe we're gonna see Payton Watson. There's 3 games left. You know how it is to have a hamstring. I know how it is to have a hamstring. You don't want to mess with that, knowing that you need his assistance come playoff time. You want him to be ready to go. He's gonna come off the bench. All right, as much as I've been pounding the table and begging the table for him to start, he's hurt right now, so he's gonna be coming off the bench. I don't think you mess with Payton Watson. You need him for the playoffs, Z. I don't think we see him. I don't want to see him. Actually, let me say that. I do not want to see him because that's how important he is to the playoffs. Rest, young man. Rejuvenate yourself. Get you some Gatorade, maybe a little bit of pickle juice because pickle juice help with cramps. All right, and then you go get ready for the postseason and have a hell of a postseason.
Well, he's already been ruled out for tonight, as has Spencer Jones, both with the same injury, a right hamstring strain. It's getting late early. Just 3 games left in the season. I'm nervous about that dynamic. There's no question about it. I'm nervous about it. Will they cover the spread? It is 23.5 points. It's one of the largest spreads in the history of NBA basketball.
No, Z, they will not cover this spread. All right, that's a lot of points that you have to put on the Grizzlies, who are going to still be fighting for something. All those guys on that court are fighting for an opportunity to stay in the league. All right, on top of that, Jokic will be out in the fourth quarter. Jamal Murray will be out in the fourth quarter. You're saying you don't want to see AG, so maybe AG doesn't play today. Maybe you know something we don't, man, because that's the type of guy you are. So you know what? No, they don't cover this spread. All right, Memphis is going to be this tough team that's going to shoot a bunch of threes, and it's okay. They're still going to dominate, the Denver Nuggets, that is, and we're going to get away with a win and being healthy going into the next one.
Dante, you think they cover the spread tonight, 23.5 points?
I don't. I just feel like this team doesn't blow out teams like that, and Memphis is, and you guys just nailed it, they're going to play hard tonight. The guys that are out there are not trying to tank. It's the organization that's trying to tank, and typically the Nuggets struggle against these bad teams and putting them away.
Yeah, for whatever reason, man, you look throughout the season, there's these losses on the schedule, like Memphis back on March 18th, that is just, they're psychotic. I mean, and you can talk about the loss against the Chicago Bulls that we were at. That was like unthinkable that it could happen. A loss to a horrible Hawks team back in January. They can lose. They've shown that they can lose. They can beat anyone and they can lose to anyone as well. So, but they know what's at stake. They know the importance that hangs in the balance here. They know the importance of the 3 seed, and I think they'll have a professional effort tonight. But at the very end of the day, do I think they're covering a spread of 23.5 points? I know they're capable of it. I just don't think on a Wednesday night in March, in April, you're going to see them blow a team out by 25, 30 points.
Come on.
I'd say no. So right now, The Nuggets are in the 3rd seed, looking up at only San Antonio and OKC.
I can't believe that, man. Like, I truly thought the Nuggets were just going to be in the 4th seed, and they found a way to be at number 3 thanks to the Lakers.
They got some help.
Yes.
They really got some help.
Perfect timing, right?
With Luka Doncic going down and Austin Reeves going down. Since that happened, they haven't won a game. So they lost against the Thunder in the most recent game, 123-87.
Didn't they pull LeBron?
They did.
Yeah, LeBron didn't even play.
They did. They lost at Dallas, who is also a very bad basketball team. So, yeah, the Nuggets in a lot of ways are the beneficiary of some good fortune that they weren't directly involved in. And I know I've said this a bunch, but I'm just going to say it because it does bear repeating historically. You have to go back to the 1995 Houston Rockets to find a team that won an NBA championship that was not a top 3 seed. It's just historically, it's something that you almost have to check that box unless you're so exceptional that you're Hakeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler and Kenny the Jet and all those guys. So right now, the first round matchups, if the playoffs started today, would be Nuggets and Minnesota. It would be Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
That's going to be the... You know what? It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And here's the thing, Phil. Here's the thing.
What's the thing?
If you can't beat the Timberwolves in the first round of the NBA playoffs, I have my hands up. You got to go win.
Yeah.
You won the season series against them. Go finish this season. Finish as the 3rd seed. Take care of business in the first round. They should. They absolutely should. Okay. Shifting gears here a little bit. Where does the Broncos wide receiver room stack up in the AFC West post Jalen Waddle trade? We'll look at the candidates across the division coming up next.
The Denver Nuggets are headed to the playoffs, but the only question that matters now is who do we want in round 1? You want the Wolves, the team that's been barking all year, talking like they're ready to take the throne? Do you want the Lakers, the drama, the spotlight that Team Denver has owned recently? Or do you want the Rockets, young, fearless, and convinced they're the next problem in the West? Every matchup is a different vibe. Every opponent brings a different kind of smoke. And the road to another ring starts with one choice. Wolves, Lakers, Rockets. Pick your fight, Denver.
I mean, at this point, do you want 3rd? Do you want to stay at 4th? Stoke, you brought up an interesting scenario where you say, what, drop down to...
No, I was just saying, like, it wouldn't be the worst thing not to get...
Stay at 4 or 5 to get the Lakers in the first round?
Right. So, you know, Lakers fall, Rockets jump you and the Lakers, and then now you're just sitting there with the Lakers with no Luka and no Austin Reeves.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
How was your break?
It was great until I stopped for gas. Prices have gone up almost $1 with no end in sight. I might have to start watching how much I drive.
That's exactly why I use Upside. I never pay full price for gas with the free Upside app.
Upside?
Yes, Upside. It's the free app that gives you cash back just for buying the gas you're already buying. So, even with the rising gas prices, I'll never have to limit how much I drive.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Just last year, I made over $200 with the Upside app.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Upside app right now.
Download the free Upside app to earn cash back on the gas you're already buying. Use promo code THRIVE25 for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code THRIVE25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first fill-up. That's THRIVE25.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Driving fun and excitement are at the Colorado Auto Show.
From family SUVs to high-end luxury and sports cars.
Hybrid innovation to trucks and off-road.
Friday through Sunday, Colorado Convention Center.
ColoradoAutoShow.com.
When disaster hits your home, it's game time. Water in the basement, fire damage, mold creeping in. Don't sit on the sidelines. Call Able. Able Restoration is your first-round draft pick for emergency response, mitigation, and full rebuild. We move fast, protect your property, and fight for you with insurance start to finish. This isn't practice, this is your home. And when it's time to step up and protect what matters most, bring Able to the table. Call 303-590-5600. Go Able.
Bring Able to the table.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here for 5280 Exteriors. Have you heard of something called WUI compliance or Wildland Urban Interface? It's a new statewide standard in Colorado. Starting this year, every home will be assigned a fire risk category. Some building departments will begin enforcing WUI rules, so your next siding, decking, roofing, or window project may come with new requirements. Call 5280 Exteriors today, and they'll walk you through the updates, help you stay compliant, and find out what zone you're in. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
I've never put much stock in astrology, but with the new multiplier scratch, the stars are aligned for some pretty big prizes. Because no matter your moon sign or what Mercury's up to, your win can get multiplied up to 200 times, with prizes up to $1 million, which could steer your life into a very interesting new phase. New multiplier scratch from the Colorado Lottery. Multiply your win up to 200 times. Must be 18 to play.
Are you looking to find more fairways, hit more greens, and lower your scores? Then it's time for a custom fitting from a Shields certified master fitter. Learning from the world's top fitters at Titleist Performance Institute, Callaway Performance Center, and the Ping Proving Grounds, we have the tools and expertise to match the right clubs to your swing for a more consistent game. Elevate your play today. Visit shields.com/expert fitting to schedule your session.
Whoa. Okay. This one says you get a free phone if you switch. Hey, this one also says you get a free phone if you switch.
Yeah, they all do, hon.
Wait. The T-Mobile one says families saved over $3,700 versus the other big guys in the past 5 years. And their experience plans have Netflix included, plus a year of Dash Pass by DoorDash.
Hang on, let me see that. And a 5-year price guarantee? Oh yeah, we're switching.
That's what I'm talking about. Do we clap now, or...?
I'm thinking high-five.
At T-Mobile, get savings that keep stacking up. That's value you can feel every day. Switch now at T-Mobile.
Savings based on Harris X billing snapshots from Q3 2021 to Q4 2025 among accounts with 3+ voice lines compared to AT&T and Verizon, excluding discounts, credits, and optional charges. See harrisx.com/T-Mobile. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry buys, sells, and services pre-owned Rolex, Cartier, and all luxury Swiss watches. So if you're looking to make a change in your watch collection or just looking to sell, come to Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry.
Matthews Fine Watches and Jewelry, located in the Highlands Ranch Town Center or online at MatthewsFineWatches.com.
I'm Rob Wilhite, and for nearly 50 years, my firm has stood beside Colorado families after serious car accidents. With over $1 billion won, we know how to fight for you. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WillHiteWins.com. That's WillHiteWins.com.
Looking to upgrade your kitchen, laundry room, or outdoor cooking area? Look no further than Mountain High Appliance. I'm Brad Barnett, president of Mountain High Appliance. We have hundreds of appliances hooked up live for a true try-before-you-buy experience, plus professional delivery and installation. Our price match guarantee ensures you receive the best deal, and special financing options make your purchase affordable. When it's time for new appliances, think Mountain High Appliance.
Mountain High Appliance, your favorite appliance store.
Thank you.
Dental phobia? Consider Sedation Dentistry with Clarkson Dental. Their highly trained team will lead you through an exceptional dental experience from that first fearful call all the way through to aftercare. Call the most experienced sedation dentist and staff. Clarkson Dental, coloradosedation.com.
Looking for a way for your hard-earned money to work hard for you? Open a 13-month CD at 3.75% APY from Ent Credit Union, soon to be Wings Credit Union. With a minimum deposit of only $500, a 13-month term, and a guaranteed annual percentage yield of 3.75%, your future self will thank you. But hurry, this special rate is only for a limited time. Get started today at ent.com/CD special. Rate accurate as of March 1st, 2026 and subject to change without notice. Insured by NCUA.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, TU Hockey skates with Michigan with pregame starting at 6.
Presented by Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, rolling downhill, bottom half of hour number 4.
What a fun show this has been.
Man, it's been a blast.
Man. Hey, so on the RamosLaw.com text line, people saying that they're based on our conversation, they're gonna take the points and bet Memphis. No.
We're just these are hypothetical conversations. This is not gambling advice, like at all. All right.
It's gonna be on you if I don't get this
Oh
bet.
my gosh, dude! I had a side deal with Superbook, and people who followed me on social media used to see me go on these call them Superbook super strolls, and I'd walk around and record myself and give out my favorite play, and it's like you hit the bet, you don't hear from anyone. You give a wrong play, and they're just cussing me out and
mad at you.
That's just the way that space goes. So I wanted to take a look at the AFC West. Okay, Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders, Chargers, and post Jalen Waddle trade, where the Denver Broncos stack up, in just the wide receiver rooms. All right, so you're looking at Jalen Waddle, Cortland Sutton, Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims. Man, it's so interesting. I know we talked about this after the trade, but the addition of one guy and moving everyone down the totem pole, I'm looking at that room like, damn, that is a good room.
Well, the addition of that one guy is Jalen Waddle, who's an elite receiver, right? Has everything, can run every route in the route tree. Right, can sink those hips, get in and out of his breaks. He's only going to open doors for everybody else. And then you have these young guys like Troy Franklin, who was able to go from 200 yards his rookie year to 700 yards, show glimpses of that explosiveness and that big playability. Then Marvin Mims, anytime that man gets an opportunity to shine, he shines bright. And of course, Pat Bryant has been compared to Michael Thomas, that is, and also has been very consistent. So that's what you're looking for. And then Court, Mr. Consistency. So like this unit as a whole, you put them all together, man, they have everything and more to be an elite receiver room and put up a lot of points and be explosive this year.
Yeah, if you're like looking at the receiver room like a puzzle, a lot of these guys stylistically, there's not a lot of like redundancy. Like they go together like puzzle pieces. So that's a good room. You look at the Kansas City Chiefs and their wide receiver room on paper right now, and of course this can change after the draft. There's still free agents out there, but the top three receivers that I see are Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, and Tyquan Thornton. What do you make of that room?
Speed. When I look at that room, I think of speed, and then Rice, really, really good receiver. He just can't get out of his own way off the field.
Yep.
And so this is going to be a room that they can make those plays, but they're relying a lot on Patrick Mahomes' his arm and being able to get it out there to the speedy receivers. I look at this room and it's very inconsistent. Very inconsistent. Boom or bust. Can have some explosive plays, but you can't trust these receivers to get open, to stay healthy, and to even honestly be available.
Well, yeah, Rashee Rice is when he's out there, he only played 8 games and went for 571 yards. That's 71 yards per game.
Yeah, the man has it all. Rice he has the explosiveness. He's big. He has his big body. He can break tackles, but he can't get right.
Yeah, it's actually unfortunate and sad. But yeah, his production last year on a per game basis was over a 1,200 yard pace. But hard to believe, isn't it crazy that not one wide receiver on the Kansas City Chiefs a year ago even hit 600 yards.
And the Chiefs struggled.
That's nuts.
They lost a lot of games last year, too.
Yes, they did. But to not even hit 600 yards, that is really it illustrates just how down that offense has been. Now, I'll say this. We're talking about wide receivers here. And you're looking at Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, Tyquan Thornton. You add Jordan Tyson to the mix, the 9th overall pick out of Arizona State.
Yeah.
The guy that Deion let go.
Look at you. Look at you. What Deion do to you today?
The guy that Deion didn't value. Who was he called? Someone just called him the most tantalizing prospect in the draft, I want to say.
Pete Schrager.
Pete Schrager, yes. Called him the most tantalizing prospect in the draft.
He's a bad boy, man.
He's so talented. He's so fun to watch. If you dropped him in Kansas City to go with some of those other guys, That could change the outlook, but not overly impressive of a room right now. The Raiders, and if you're just joining us, we're looking at where the Broncos wide receiver room stacks up in the AFC West post Jalen Waddle trade. The Raiders wide receivers, Trey Tucker, Jalen Naylor, Jack Beck.
Oh, come on.
Not. I think most of those guys could walk right by you in the mall. No one would know who they are.
Yes, for sure. That's 100% going to happen. And for the Raiders, we know they're rebuilding. All right, but if they're going to have Mendoza out there, then the number one pick, they're going to have to go get him some more weapons. It can't just be the tight end over there. It can't just be
Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers show, because he needs to stay healthy. In order to stay healthy, you got to have other receivers. So when I look at this receiver room, it's on the bottom.
Yeah, it's
without a doubt.
Yeah, it's one of the worst in the league, and no disrespect to these guys, because obviously they were college all-stars and draft picks, but comparatively, they don't cut it. The final team in the AFC West, looking at their wide receivers post Jalen Waddle trade and comparing it to Denver's, Ladd McConkey, Quentin Johnston, and Trey Harris. What kind of room is that?
This is an interesting room because Ladd McConkey won. Man, the dude can run routes, and he's a really good receiver, and he's very consistent. And so you have to deal with him. But then Quentin Johnston, he kind of has turned things around for himself. He's always open, long, big body receiver, but he would always drop the football. And last year, he was catching the football a lot more. He was very consistent with that. And so it's a tough room. It's not better than the Denver Broncos. They don't have enough depth at the position to be better than the Denver Broncos, but I would have them under the Denver Broncos, then the Kansas City Chiefs, and then, of course, the Raiders if we want to rank them at all. And so, like, that's a room, the LA Chargers room with Ladd McConkey, you have to watch out for, especially when you have Justin Herbert, who's a really good quarterback that gets everybody involved.
Yeah, and to your point there, they didn't have any big numbers, but 3 receivers all over 700 yards last season with Quentin Johnston, Keenan Allen, and Ladd McConkey. We know Keenan Allen no longer in that scenario. I think it's just interesting to me, Phil, that in the AFC West, and I'm not sure how many people would have guessed this or realized this, in the AFC West, between the Chargers, Raiders, and Chiefs, not a single wide receiver touched 800 yards.
That's wild.
Right?
It is.
Between 3 of those teams. And so no one on the Chargers touched 800 yards. No one on the Raiders touched 700 yards. And no one on the Chiefs, wide receivers, touched 600 yards.
Damn.
That's crazy. So the Broncos, I think we agree, the Broncos definitively, without true debate, they have the best wide receiver group in the division.
Oh, Z, this is the Broncos' time. You have a bunch of receivers that can open the playbook up for you, that can be very explosive. Bo Nix should have a great year this year, year 3 for my man. All right, Davis Webb should have a bunch of toys to play with. This is why I keep saying for the Denver Broncos, the running back Denver Broncos, to run it back. And I know that Sean doesn't like that word, but you brought everybody back and then you added Jalen Waddle, which is fine and dandy because now you have a bunch of guys who are established and want to win games, and you know what you're going to get out of them. But this is Super Bowl or bust.
No doubt.
You got to get there now.
No doubt. Okay, what did we learn today in Denver sports? I can think of something right at the top of mind, and we'll get to it next.
Get ready, Broncos country. This is the event you've been waiting for. Join Peyton Manning, Emmanuel Sanders, Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware, Aqib Talib, TJ Ward, and Coach Gary Kubiak as they reunite to relive their legendary Super Bowl 50 run. It's Night of Champions, a live, unforgettable show packed with stories, memories, and a behind-the-scenes look at one of the greatest seasons in NFL history. And Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan wants you to be there. Enter now for your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets at DenverSports.com/champions. Don't miss this once-in-a-lifetime night with the heroes of Super Bowl 50.
The cost of living isn't just high, it's exhausting. If you've been leaning on credit cards lately just to cover the basics like groceries, gas, and utility bills, you're essentially paying a survival tax of 20% interest or more. Why keep handing your hard-earned paycheck to the big banks when you could keep it for your family? My friends at American Financing have a better way. They're helping homeowners tap into their equity to pay off high-interest debt with mortgage rates currently in the 5s. On average, American Financing is saving their customers $800 a month. That's nearly $10,000 a year back in your pocket. It's not just a loan, it's a total financial reset. There are no upfront fees and no obligation to talk to a salary-based mortgage consultant. Here's the kicker. Start today and you could even delay 2 mortgage payments. Call American Financing at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
My son loves to fly kites, but my active psoriatic arthritis can sometimes hold me back. Now with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready to go. Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults, helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
You can't always predict what's next, but you can be ready for it in a BMW SUV. The performance-driven X1 comes built for every journey, while the X3's sporty design and innovative technology keep your drive connected. The X5 blends performance with a commanding presence, or make it even bigger with 3 rows of luxurious seating in the X7. For every road, there's an X built to drive it. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealer since 1975.
For over a decade, Bluebird Windows and Doors of Denver has been servicing the Front Range with products built to withstand Colorado's unpredictable weather. Bluebird Sunrise Collection windows are built to last a lifetime and are backed by strong warranties. Buy 3, get 1 free through April, and mention you heard about Bluebird from me, Mike Evans. You'll save an additional 5%. Enjoy the outdoors through energy-efficient Bluebird windows. Visit gobluebirdco.com. Bluebird Windows and Doors. Make today a Bluebird day.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's orchard.com.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here. Are you considering GLP-1 injections for weight loss? Before you start, ask yourself this. Are you prepared to spend $3,000 to $5,000 per year and stay on the medication long-term to maintain the results? Many prescription weight loss injections require weekly shots, and when the medication is stopped, weight regain is common. And here's something most people don't realize. Research shows a significant portion of weight loss can come from muscle, which may slow your metabolism and make keeping weight off even harder. At Colorado Fat Loss, they take a different approach. Their doctor-developed program helps men and women lose 20 to 40 pounds in just 60 days safely and naturally. No injections, no synthetic hormones, no long-term dependence. Instead, they use real food to reset your metabolism, control hunger and cravings naturally, and help your body burn fat, not muscle. Right now, you can schedule a free phone consultation to see if the program is right for you. Go to coloradofatloss.com. That's coloradofatloss.com ColoradoFatLoss.com.
Results may vary.
Listen up, Denver. This hour's keyword is rebound. REBOUND. Text rebound to 303-713-1043 right now, and you could win a $50 Dick's Sporting Goods gift card and qualify for the $1,000 grand prize. That's rebound to 303-713-1043.
By texting, you agree to receive an automated marketing message from Denver Sports 1043 The Fan. Message and data rates may apply. For complete rules or to enter the keyword online, visit www.denversports.com/keyword.
Denver Sports 1043 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, final segment here on a hump day. Really fun show. Really
We humped our way through, Z.
We did. We really did.
There we go.
And with incredible ease, man. You want to do another hour? You want to do Denver Sports tonight?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, just Dante.
Dante, should we all do it together, or would we be creeping into your limelight?
Yeah, I was going to say, you're stealing my thunder here, boys. That's my time to shine.
Who you work with tonight, do you know?
Justin Adams.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that'll be a good show.
Justin Adams, love that. All right. Handful of things. What did we learn today in Denver Sports? We learned that the Rockies
are way more competitive than probably anyone could have saw coming.
Yes.
I don't know what if we went back to opening day of Major League Baseball when they were in Miami. We said what should be the aim of this organization.
They lost that game too, by the way.
They did. They lost all three in Miami.
Oh, yep, that is right.
And the way that they lost on that final, like they oh man, see,
way back machine, huh? Not even that way back.
I was gonna say 10 days ago.
10 days
the
ago.
Wayback Machine.
Come on.
That loss on Sunday, that was 3-2. They had a 2-1 lead the entire game. The entire game, and Miami hits a home run off Victor Vodnik with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. Had that not happened, had they got to one more out, they're above 500. But if we went back to game number 1 and said, what should be the aim of this organization if we're looking for competent and competitive after one of the worst seasons in the history of modern baseball, with a run differential of minus 424 runs, over 200 runs worse than the next worst team, with the worst ERA in the history of ERA, going back to 1913, and you know you have a series in Toronto, and you know you're hosting Houston. I'm curious, and I don't, what would our answer have been if I said after 12 games, what would you take? For me, it might have been like 5-7 might have been the top of it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Maybe even 4-8.
Yeah, 4-8.
Yeah, because we just didn't know what to expect out of the Rockies. Like we all can agree, and we're still right. It's early that the Rockies are not going to be a good team this year. But we want to see flashes. We want to see the youth movement and what these young guys, when they get their opportunity, like TJ Rumfield and Dolander, like what do they do? And then can they be relevant enough that you get to the 9th inning and they have a chance to win? Like those are the conversations that we were having.
Yep.
So even if they won and they were, what did we say, 5 and?
If they were 5-7 after 12?
I would still be sitting here saying, okay, they're better than what we expected.
Yes. All right, so they're 6-6. They sweep the Astros. They don't just sweep them. They beat their brains out. The hottest offense in Major League Baseball came to Coors Field, where the offense is supposed to explode for a lot of teams in this high altitude. They scored 1 run today. 1. They scored 1 run yesterday. So the combined score over, what was it for the series? So 9-14... 24-23, it was 23-9.
Good defense right there.
In 3 games. I mean, goodness gracious. Here was Warren Schaefer today on if the improvement of the Rockies is happening faster than he thought.
No, we had a good spring training. We felt like we were building something as a group, as a unit. And No, this is the kind of baseball I expect them to play, and they expect themselves to play.
This is the kind of baseball I expected us to play and that they expected to play.
I don't know, Z. I don't know if I feel confident that he felt like the team was going to be playing like this. I know he's a coach and he's a manager and he has to make sure that he says the right things and he believes in his team. But come on.
I don't know. I really don't. We weren't down there.
Yeah.
For spring training.
That's true.
Maybe he saw stuff that we simply didn't see. They were playing good ball. They
seem to always play good ball
in the spring training.
In the spring training, yeah.
Yeah. But this was the first year though with Warren Schaefer.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're still getting to know very much so Warren Schaefer. But I'll tell you what, I really like what I see. I like what I was seeing and hearing from him last year. There's something to he's got an energy about him.
Charisma.
A player's coach, younger,
yep.
Energetic. And I've been watching his post-game press conferences after these games. I really like what I hear. And obviously, I'm liking what I'm hearing because I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Exactly.
Right?
They're winning games. They're stacking days. They're 500 right now. They're with 6-6.
6-6, 500 for the first time 12 games into a season since 2022.
Man, we're talking about the Rockies here.
4 years ago.
See, we had a whole show on the Rockies today, man.
Crazy.
We haven't been able to do that ever.
No.
Since you and I started
doing
this.
No, we were basically boycotting the games. But they've made the changes that we were begging them to make, and we came into the season open and receptive to the product, and the product has been good, period. Regardless of what your feelings are on the Rockies, and you can tell me they'll lose 30 in a row starting tomorrow. Maybe they will. But the product through 12 games has been really good. Right, 6-6 with 4 of the 6 losses coming by 1 run. Here's Schaefer. If today's baseball was the brand of ball that they're looking to play.
Yeah, I thought that was fundamentally sound, with sack bunts involved, basic bunts involved, sack flies involved, taking our walks. Some really, really tough walks we took today. Goody took a couple of them. Rumfield, big walk. That's what we want to do. We want to pass the baton. We want to execute with runners on third, less than 2. That was good. Very good today.
Man, 9 walks today for the Rockies.
Yeah.
They've had so many problems, right? You're not historically bad because you don't do one thing well. They did so many things so terribly. But arguably the worst was just swinging and missing, swinging at pitches out of that zone, being so aggressive to the point where it's like you're swinging out of your shoes. The strikeouts, the just the rate of pitches that they were swinging outside of the zone.
Yeah, 40%. Weren't being smart.
40% of their swings and misses last year were outside of the strike zone. And so you're seeing a bit more of a disciplined approach. They had more walks than strikeouts today. That's noteworthy for a team like Colorado. So, all right, we're going to leave it there for now. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Guys, thank you for rocking with us. We step aside. It's Denver Sports Tonight coming up next.
3 series in, and the Colorado Rockies are, let's be honest, below 500 and have already taken a classic why do I do this to myself blowout.
Why?
But here's the twist. They're also weirdly competitive. Why am I still watching the 8th inning of a Rockies game competitive? This team isn't rolling over. They're not sleepwalking. They're not the automatic W they've been accused of being the last few years. They're scrapping. They're fighting. They're hanging out in games that used to disappear by the 4th inning. So are the Rockies actually taking a step forward, even if the record doesn't show it yet? Or is this just another chapter in the long, confusing novel known as Colorado Baseball, Hope versus Reality?
We've seen some clues how we saw that against Toronto when they get their first series win against the AL champs. So it's like, okay, there's been enough positive signs, even if in a limited number of games, for me to say it's not the same old Rockies. It's kind of the same old Rockies.
Right.
That's still there. They have a long way to go, everybody.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, gentlemen? Happy Wednesday. Guys, it's Wednesday. You guys know it's hump day. But also, I know you want to do some other humping as well. But if you're dealing with erectile dysfunction, otherwise known as ED, then you know you're not doing a lot of humping. Because ED is an intimacy destroyer, and research out there shows that men can draw away from their partners when ED affects their sex life. These conditions can cause stress, anxiety, depression, and even worse. A man's partner can blame themselves when ED becomes a problem, and nobody's partner should be blaming themselves. This is on you to go out there and get it fixed. All right, and I'm here to tell you that my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic are here to help you out because their treatments work when the pills and herbals fail you. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%, and some of the treatments that they have can have you last an hour or even more if you have that much stamina. What you have to do is schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today. Your initial visit is only $99, which will include a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if the test dose does not work in the office, gentlemen, the visit is free. There also is 5 locations out there to serve you as well, so there are no excuses. Go get treated. You can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. So give them a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener, like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to it at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
I need a little range, step to the range, come on, meet me at the range.
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Most financial advisors only manage your money. They refer you out for taxes. They refer you out for estate planning. They refer you out when things get complicated. Did they really vet that person? Or did they meet once, exchange business cards, and call it a partnership? A referral isn't accountability. It's a handoff. When your investments, taxes, and estate plan are built separately, gaps happen, and those can cost money. At Trajan, we didn't build a referral network. We built a family office for all. Wealth, tax,